I am Katharina Michio, and you are watching NY Mania.
I'm Kayla Welsh, and you're watching NY Yankee Mania.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching New York Yankee Mania.
I'm Marnie Schneider. I'm the author of Football Freddy, and I am so excited to be part of the New York Yankee Mania show.
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania, the best.
Whoa. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to NY Yankee Mania. This is Nitin Ramasandra from the Nitin Sports Book and our media, NY Sports Loudmouth, and then Nation's NIL Dream Team Company. And tonight, the Yankees start a big 4-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays at home, and Ryan Weathers on the mound. Hopefully, he can weather the storm. Beautiful day out there for a baseball game. And what's better to have a guy like Evan Pittsburgh on the call. As always, he's a great play-by-play caller on the show, and you guys can hear him here. And guys, my team and I also have a special guest coming up later today to join Evan. Stay tuned for that. But I'm not going to say anything right now. But what's up, Jason? Welcome to the chat. What's up, Yankees Ruby? What's up, everyone? Please support Evan as he calls a big 4-game series, game 1 against the Blue Jays. So Evan, welcome again, welcome back, and we will take a forward to the game. And obviously, Spencer Jones is going to be playing his first game at home.
Yes, no, thank you, Nathan. Thank you, everybody in the chat. What's going on, guys? Time for the Yankees to bounce back tonight against Toronto. It was so nice yesterday that we had to come on again, and we wanted to redeem ourselves. So that's what I'm doing here tonight. I want to redeem myself, of course, for you guys as well. Hopefully the Yankees get the win tonight. Hopefully a good performance tonight as well from Spencer Jones too, who making his Yankee Stadium debut. Actually, he's not in the lineup to start the game, but he could be in later on. And then you have Anthony Volpe, who'll be making his first appearance at Yankee Stadium this year after being on the IL so far. So looking forward to it. Ryan Weathers is going to be on the mound to face against Toronto and Patrick Corbin. Looking forward to this matchup. Big 2 series coming up right here. First of all, Toronto, and then we got to take care of Tampa Bay as well, coming in after Toronto. So looking forward to it. Hopefully we do have a special guest as well, brought to you guys by Nathan. Looking forward to him coming up as well. And just a reminder to keep everything respectful in the chat. Everything needs to be peaceful tonight. We don't want any sort of controversy with any of our guests coming up, so we appreciate that. And also, guys, tune into the New York Sports Loudmouth show tonight that Nathan is a part of. Tune into that show as well, as they are live right now as well.
Yeah, thank you, Evan, and obviously, hope the Yankees can start off here as well, at being at home, and this is a big 4-game series. So hopefully, they can win it for John Sterling. Guys, they're going to be starting tonight. They're going to be wearing the John Sterling patches to honor him. So what a way to do that! And like I said, big homestand this week, and hopefully the Yankees can do a good job. So as we read from the call, Evan, what are your teams for Ryan Weathers, especially against the Blue Jays lineup?
Yeah, so Ryan Weathers, I hope that tonight he can control the zone a little bit better than he has been doing beforehand. Toronto, we know they're a good fastball hitting team, so I want to see Ryan Weathers have a good off-speed pitch tonight. I want to see him use his fastball as well, and just to play into each other, kind of, the sequencing of his pitches as well. Try to get ground outs, try to get these guys off balance. We know what a guy like Vladimir Guerrero can do. We know what George Springer can do as well. And so I'm just hoping that he can give us a good, reliable outing tonight. We know that the Yankees bullpen has been a little bit short as of late when it comes to their depth and when it comes to how they've been performing. So we just need to see a bounce back performance from them as well. And hopefully they can get out to a lead in today's game, and hopefully they can hold on to it.
Well, and I guess Weathers has been really good in the last few starts, but he's up and down this season, and I feel like he is doing a little bit better in this quarter. So, for me, obviously locating and going, and he has right-handed hitters like Vladimir Guerrero. Be careful of him, and Blue Jays have a great lineup. And hopefully they can bounce back from that series, and let's see. I'm looking forward to Spencer Jones' home debut in the pinstripes. So.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm very much looking forward to that as well. And also, I don't know if you saw Nathan, but the Blue Jays play-by-play guy Dan Schulman, he did an interview with Jack Curry before the game started, talking a little bit about some of the history between the Blue Jays and the Yankees, some of the past rivalries, and also some of the things that he's done in his past. So Dan Schulman is a I didn't know he broadcasted college basketball.
Yeah.
I didn't know he did that. So that's cool. I'd like to see that. But hopefully the Yankees honor Sterling tonight wearing the patch in his honor. Hopefully they win for him tonight as well. And we need to see this team bounce back. Of course, we know where we are in the standings. The Rays are ahead of us right now, so we need to play better. And let's get the win tonight. So I want to give you guys the lineups as well. But any thoughts, Nathan, before we get going?
No, let's go Yankees, guys. Support play-by-play, and guys, tune in. We're gonna my team and I have brought in a special guest later. So stay tuned. He's gonna be joining Evan. So stay tuned for that. Evan, have a great call, and let's go Yankees.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the guest as well coming up a little bit later.
Yep, and
Appreciate it.
looking forward to go through the lineup and obviously first pitch. So.
Oh yeah, definitely, of course.
Let's turn to Evan for the play-by-play.
Thank you, Nathan. Okay, so here we go. The lineups for today's game. We have the visiting team, Toronto Blue Jays, visiting the Yankees tonight. So for the Toronto Blue Jays, leading off and DHing is going to be George Springer. Batting second and playing first base is going to be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Batting third, playing third base is going to be Kazuma Akamoto. Batting fourth and playing second base is going to be Lenin Sosa. Batting fifth, playing center field is going to be Dalton Varsho. Batting sixth, playing shortstop is going to be Ernie Clement. Batting seventh, playing right field is going to be Miles Straw. Batting eighth and doing the catching on the day is going to be Brandon Valenzuela. And then batting ninth, playing left field is going to be Davis Schneider. For the Yankees tonight, leading off and playing first base will be Paul Goldschmidt. Batting second and DHing is going to be Ben Rice. Batting third, playing right field is going to be Aaron Judge. Batting fourth, playing center field, Cody Bellinger. Batting fifth, playing third base is going to be Ahmed Rosario. Batting sixth, playing second base is going to be Jazz Chisholm Jr. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Anthony Volpe. Batting eighth, playing left field is going to be Max Schumann. And then batting ninth, doing the catching is going to be JC Escara. So Austin Wells gets the night off. On the mound for the Yankees tonight, as we're seeing right now, is going to be Austin Weathers. Scouting report on Weathers is that he needs to get ahead of hitters, throw the first strike, swept away as well, and the chase. Try to get hitters to chase at his off-speed pitches. So let's see what happens tonight. Excited to bring you guys once again another day of Yankees baseball. 3 times in a row for me. Saturday night, of course, with Chef Nick and Jason. Yesterday with the Mets game as well, and then now today. So yesterday was great, but we need to get the win tonight, and I'm looking to bounce back with you guys as well tonight. So let's do it. George Springer is stepping into the batter's box right now, and Weathers is about to deal the first pitch. Here we go. Weathers, the first pitch to Springer. The pitch is down low for a ball, and we're underway in the Bronx here. Yankees against the Blue Jays. 1-0 count here on George Springer. The 1-0 pitch from Weathers is called strike one with the sinker, and the count is now even at 1-1 here on George Springer to start things off. How's everybody doing in the chat? Thank you for being here. I'll shout you guys out. The pitch from Weathers in there with a sweeper for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 here on Weathers. So that was a nice sweeper there from Ryan Weathers. 1-2 pitch coming up here from Weathers to Springer. The 1-2, Weathers fires, and the pitch is down low for a ball. Missed with a slider, and the count is now even at 2-2 on George Springer. 2-2. How's everybody doing? Thank you guys being here today. Appreciate it. The 2-2 pitch from Weathers. Line drive, foul ball down the left field line. And the count remains here at 2-2 on Springer. Yep, today's the first day that the Yankees are wearing their patch for John Sterling. Here we go, the 2-2 pitch. Weathers fires, and the pitch is grounded foul. Looked like it deflected off of JC Escara. So the count remains here at 2-2 on Springer. Let's see what's going on to Yankees Groovy Alien, Mighty Funny, Damon, Wendy, Jake, Travis, Corky, Kaz, Welker. How you doing? Thank you guys for being here tonight. Yesterday was great, though we had to do it again. The pitch to Springer is lined to left field, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Springer. Max Schumann fires it in, and the Blue Jays have their first hit of the game with a leadoff single. I'm not one bit surprised by that. George Springer loves killing the Yankees. Whenever Toronto comes to town, this is what they do. So here comes Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up to bat right now. So here we go. Guerrero is stepping into the plate. Blue Jays have a leadoff hit. The first pitch from Weathers. He fires, and the pitch is skied in the air to right field, and Judge is moving over. He makes the catch, and there's one away. So it looks like Vladdy just missed that by a little bit off the end of the bat. So there's one away here in the Blue Jays top of the first. Thank you guys very much for the support. Appreciate it. Even though this team is struggling right now, I appreciate you guys always coming in and supporting the Yankees as well as the channel. So here is Kazuma Akamoto. The first pitch is a pass ball. It gets away there from Escara, and Springer is going to take second base as he goes there on the pass ball there from JC Escara. Looks like Okamoto did check his swing on that, so the count will be 0-1 here on Okamoto. But the Blue Jays now have a runner in scoring position early on. Here we go. The 1-0 pitch to Okamoto is outside, and the count is now 2-0. 2-0 on Okamoto. So the first pitch that he saw was a ball. I guess he didn't go around, even though the umpire pointed that he did. So the count is now 2-0 here on Okamoto. 2-0. Weathers sets, fires, and the pitch is in there for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1 on Okamoto. Okamoto's first year here in the MLB with Toronto, hitting .277. Oh, sorry, that was his last 11 seasons with the Japanese League. So he's hitting .277 with the Japanese League. The 2-1 pitch swings and misses, and that's actually going to be strike three as the scoreboard got that incorrect. So the count was originally 1-2, so that was strike three as Okamoto strikes out swinging. And so there are two outs here in the top of the first inning, runner on second base. Here is Lenian Sosa, the cleanup hitter for Toronto tonight. Lenian Sosa this year, 33 games, 206 average, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. So here we go. The first pitch to Sosa. The pitch from Weathers, down low for a ball, and the count is 1-0 here on Sosa. Yes, we don't want pass balls. A 1-0 count here on Sosa. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Weathers, and this one is swung on and missed. Nice sweeper from Weathers, and the count is now 1-1 on Sosa. 1-1. 1-1 pitch coming up from Weathers. The pitch grounded right to third base. There is Rosario. He comes in, he makes the throw. It's on a hop, but Goldschmidt scoops it. And the side is now retired as Sosa grounds out. So no score here after the top of the first. Blue Jays leave a runner on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning, and the Yankees will come up to bat with Paul Goldschmidt, Ben Rice, and Aaron Judge coming up to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Thank you for being here. Of course, even though Toronto does have a under 500 record, we know what they're capable of, especially when they play against the Yankees. So have to watch out for that tonight. Yankees currently come in with a 27-19 record, 3 games behind Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay is currently hosting the Baltimore Orioles tonight, and they're already leading the Orioles by a score of 4-0 in the bottom of the second. 4-0 Orioles lead already. Yep, so 4-0 Rays already here. So it's going to be very essential for the Yankees to win tonight. Of course, the Yankees do play the Rays coming up next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Big 3-game series there, but first we have to get by Toronto in this 4-game set. On the mound for Toronto tonight is going to be Patrick Corbin. Corbin historically does well against us. This year so far, he has 7 starts, 1-1 win-loss record, 3.93 ERA, 34 1/3 innings pitched. So the Yankees need to be patient tonight, work the count, and try to capitalize off of Corbin's aggressiveness here in the zone. What's up, Travis? Are you going to be doing a lot of games now since you're done with school? I'll try my best to do as many games as I can. Of course, Joe will still be doing games for you guys, but I'll be here when he's not able to, or when he asks me to, I will be here for that. So here's Paul Goldschmidt leading off. The first pitch from Corbin is a fly ball into right center field. Going back on the warning track. And this one is gone. The Blue Jays outfielders can only look up and watch that leave the yard. Paul Goldschmidt puts the Yankees up 1-0 early here with a solo home run. So that's a way to get things started there for Paul Goldschmidt and the Yankees tonight. I believe that's Paul Goldschmidt's 3rd first pitch home run of the year off a lefty. So there is a leadoff home run there for Paul Goldschmidt. Yankees already up 1-0. Yankees need to think about starting him a lot more here. He's been one of the Yankees' hottest hitters lately, providing a lot of RBIs. I would think about putting him in the starting lineup. Here is Ben Rice. The first pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. As there you see it, Paul Goldschmidt has led off with a home run in 3 of his last 6 games when leading off. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch to Rice. The pitch. Line to left field. And that's going to be past the dive of David Schneider. It goes 1 hop off the wall. Ben Rice is going to round first. He's going to go to second. And that is a double there for Ben Rice with nobody out. Double there for Ben Rice. So the Yankees have 2 straight hits to start off the night. A home run and a double. Nice piece of hitting there from Ben Rice going the other way. So here we go, guys. I mentioned that before. The Yankees need to take advantage of Patrick Corbin's aggressiveness, and that's what they did. First pitch swinging there from Goldschmidt, hits it out, and Ben Rice wastes no time there on the second pitch of his at-bat, hitting a double. Here we go. Here's Aaron Judge. The first pitch to Judge is fouled straight back, and the count here is 0-1. 0-1 here on Judge as he got a first pitch sweeper. That is a good start here for the Yankees. Need to do more. The pitch to Judge in the air to shallow right center field. Coming on is the right fielder, and he's going to make the catch there in right field. No advancement from Ben Rice. Judge was a little bit out in front of that curveball there from Corbin. So there's 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Runner on second. All right, Travis. Thank you for being here anyways. Hope to see you a little bit later on. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Corky, Kaz, thank you, guys. So here is Cody Bellinger. Been one of the Yankees' best players this whole year. The pitch to Bellinger is a swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher there for Toronto, and the count is now 1-0. 1-0 here on Bellinger. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Bellinger. Corbin fires, and the pitch is taken a little bit off the plate, down low for a ball, and the count is now 1-1 on Bellinger. 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 on the way from Corbin. The pitch to Bellinger. Line down the right field line. It's a foul ball. Foul ball down the first base line there. So the count is now 1-2 here on Bellinger. 1-2. Ahmed Rosario is waiting on deck. Bellinger is in the box here, ready for a 1-2 pitch. Call his timeout, so we'll wait a second. 1-2 coming up to Bellinger from Corbin. Corbin fires, pitch, swung on and grounded, foul, right beside the Yankees dugout. And the count is remaining here at 1-2 on Bellinger. Again, guys, Yankees lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Paul Goldschmidt led off with a solo home run. And then Ben Rice followed that up with a double. 1 out here, runner on second. 1-2 pitch from Corbin coming up. He fires, and the pitch is down low for a ball. Good take there from Bellinger on the slider. Count is now 2-2 on Bellinger, 2-2. 2-2 count on Bellinger. Rice at second, 1 out. The 2-2 on the way. Corbin fires, and the pitch is hit foul down the left field line into the stands. And the count now remains here at 2-2. Another foul ball from Bellinger. Fighting off pitches as best as he can. Trying to give the Yankees a 2-0 lead here early on. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Corbin. He fires, pitch, grounded right to second base. And there is the second out of the inning as Bellinger grounds out to the second baseman. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And that will bring up Ahmed Rosario with a runner on third and 2 outs. That was the second baseman, Lennon Sosa, making the play right there. So 2 outs here, runner on third base is Ben Rice. And Rosario will come up here against Corbin. Here comes the pitch from Corbin. Swing and a miss from Rosario, and the count is 0-1. 0-1 on Rosario. Rosario had a sac fly yesterday against the Mets and Sean Mania. Hits well historically against lefties, and that's why he's in the lineup tonight. 0-1 coming up to Rosario. The pitch from Corbin. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup, and the count is now 0-2 here on Rosario. So no McMahon, no McMahon, and no Wells in the lineup tonight for the Yankees. And if we're seeing some success with the bottom of the lineup tonight, I think you need to keep it as is. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and this one is outside for a ball, and the count is now 1-2 on Rosario. 1-2 here on Rosario. Yeah, if the Yankees are having success with Goldschmidt leadoff, with Grisham near the bottom of the lineup, with Rosario in there, you need to keep it the same. The 1-2 pitch from Corbin. The pitch is down low in the dirt, and the count is now even at 2-2 here on Rosario. 2-2. So Yankees have a 1-0 lead here early. Runner on third and 2 outs. 2-2 count to Rosario. So far, Corbin showing off his slider and sweeper today, along with his changeup. The 2-2 pitch come into Rosario. Corbin fires, and the pitch is down low, and the count is now full at 3-2. So Rosario works the count now full at 3-2. Corbin at 17 pitches here in the bottom of the first. 3-2 pitch coming up to Rosario from Corbin. Corbin looks in, fires, and the pitch is popped up here in the infield. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Corbin. Corbin's going to make the catch there, as he was a little bit off the mound, but he was able to make the catch. So that'll do it for the Yankees in the bottom of the first inning. However, Paul Goldschmidt hits another leadoff home run on the first pitch, hitting 3 home runs out of his 6 leadoff appearances here this season. So the Yankees have a 1-0 lead. And we'll go to the top of the second inning. Blue Jays are coming back up. Coming up for the Blue Jays here in the top of the second is going to be Dalton Varsho, Ernie Clement, and Miles Straw. So it's never easy against Toronto. This 1-0 lead can evaporate quickly. So the Yankees need to do their best to hold it as best as they can with Ryan Weathers on the mound tonight. Thank you guys for joining me for another day of Yankees baseball, 3rd day in a row. Happy to be giving you guys the play-by-play again today, as Joe is once again filling in with some other responsibilities. So I'm happy to bring you guys the game tonight as well. Joe should be back tomorrow night, though, as he will be back calling the play-by-play for you guys. Yes, Damon, I agree. As long as Goldie is doing well at the leadoff spot, which he definitely is, you need to keep him there. Keep it consistent. I don't care if a righty is on the mound. I don't care if a lefty is on the mound. If Goldschmidt is performing this way against anybody in the leadoff spot, he needs to remain there. Provide some consistency there for the leadoff spot, because Trent Grisham with his 160 batting average is not getting it done. I would leave Goldschmidt there for as long as possible. Hey, T-Road, this is Patrick Corbin. Corbin obviously won the World Series with the Nationals back in 2019, and then he's been on a couple of different teams as well. He was, of course, now he's on Toronto, but before, I believe he was with someone else as well. I know he was with Washington a couple years ago. He was there for a long time, but now he's, of course, now on the Blue Jays, so we'll see how he does with them. Jake says, Evan, once again, we're seeing that they can't hit with, no, I agree with that. Need to do a better job there in that category for sure. Here is Dalton Varsho. The first pitch was a ball up high, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Weathers outside, and the count is 2-0. 2-0 right now on Varsho. 2-0 pitch from Weathers. He fires, and the pitch is popped up. Will it stay in play? Right side, foul ball territory. Judge is going to make the catch in foul territory there. And there's one away there in the top of the second. One away. One away here in the top of the second for Toronto. It was a very hot day today. If anybody is on the East Coast in New York, New Jersey, it was a very warm day today, 92 degrees. The pitch from Weathers, lined into center field or right field, and that's going to be caught by Aaron Judge. So quickly, there are two outs here in the top of the second as Ryan Weathers gets Ernie Clement to line out to Aaron Judge, 2 away. 2 away here in the top of the second. Well, either way, if you're not leaving Goldschmidt at the leadoff spot, you need to keep Grisham in the lower half of the lineup. You cannot let him lead off anymore. I know the Yankees are going to put him back there because they like him there, but I wouldn't keep Grisham there at all. The pitch from Weathers to Straw is a called strike with a sweeper, and the count is 0-1 here on Miles Straw. The 0-1 pitch from Weathers. He sets, he fires, and the pitch is down low. And the count is now 1-1 on Miles Straw, 1-1. Yeah, Cruz. Yeah, that was interesting that I saw the weather in Florida was lower than what it was here today in Jersey and New York. The pitch to Straw is lined weakly left field, and that's going to be a foul ball. Barely foul. It barely just missed the fair line there in left field. So that's a foul ball there from Miles Straw. Just missed the foul line. So the count is now going to be 2-1 or 1-2. 1-2 here on Miles Straw. 1-2. 1-2 count here on Miles Straw. 2 outs here on the top of the second. The Yankees up 1-0 with a solo home run from Paul Goldschmidt on the first pitch. Here comes the 1-2. Weathers fires, and the pitch is check swung. Did he go around? Yes, he did. He did go around there on the sweeper. That broke down low in the plate. So that will do it for the Blue Jays. They go 1-2-3 in their half of the second. Ryan Weathers records his second strikeout of the night. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. The Yankees have a 1-0 lead. Coming up will be Jazz Chisholm Jr., Anthony Volpe, and Max Schumann coming up to bat for the Yankees today in the bottom of the second. And we have the one and only Chef Nick. Chef Nick, who is a chef maniac. At least he works like one. Just another Manic Monday for Chef Nick, of course. So shout out to Chef Nick. Hope you're doing great. Welcome to NY Yankee Mania, as well as he calls me the kosher brother, also with Jason being the other half of that. So thank you, Chef, the one and only Chef Nick. He's definitely as good as they come when it comes to cooking food, and he'll serve you a dish that you'll be very happy about. So Chef has his own specialties, and he has a lot of great things coming up. So good to see you, Chef. Hope you're doing great today. Hope you had a good day. And excited to bring you guys the play-by-play tonight, as well as the last couple of nights, as you guys saw myself, Jason, and Chef Nick on Saturday night with the Mets and the Yankees game. That was a lot of fun. Hoping to do that again soon with both of them. Once again, guys, thank you for being here. We might have a special guest come up in the third inning. Maybe have a special guest come up with us. So we're very excited about that. And that is brought to you guys by Nathan and his sports team there, as they do a great job with getting guests for the channel. As well as tonight is also Nathan's New York Sports Loudmouth show. So he is also producing that as well. And that is going on right now. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Here comes Jazz Chisholm. The first pitch from Corbin is a called strike. Count is 0-1 here on Jazz. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Jazz is down low. Corbin misses with the sinker, and the count is now even at 1-1 on Jazz. 1-1. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Jazz, grounded right to the first baseman, Guerrero. It was hit hard, but it was grounded right to him, and he steps on first base for the first out of the bottom of the second. So Jazz hit it hard, but he does not earn his way on base. So one away here in the bottom of the second. And that will bring up Anthony Volpe. Anthony Volpe coming up right now, making his Yankee Stadium debut in this year so far for him, early season. Hitting .222 in 4 games. Of course, he had that big single yesterday against the Mets. The first pitch to Volpe, grounded through the right side. That's going to be a base hit, a single there for Anthony Volpe in his first game at Yankee Stadium in 2026. Good approach there. That's what we want to see from Volpe, driving the ball to right field, having a simple approach. And he did that right there. So there's a single for Anthony Volpe into right field. So 1 out, runner on first base. We'll see how that impacts the speed aspect as well here for Volpe. Will he try to steal second? So this will bring up Max Schumann right now. The pitch to Schumann swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1 here on Schumann. 0-1. Aaron Boone ripping the bag of sunflower seeds there with his lips, with his teeth. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Corbin to Schumann. The pitch outside, just missed with a changeup off the outside corner. And the count is now 1-1 here on Schumann. 1-1. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Schumann. Up high, missed the ball. Volpe's going to steal second. He gets there safely. The ball goes into center field. Volpe's going to go from second to third there. He takes third base. So heads up base running there from Volpe. He steals second. It was a wild throw from the catcher, Valenzuela, and Volpe is going to take third base there as the ball went into center field. So Volpe takes third. Now the Yankees have a runner on third base and 1 out. So we need to get this run in from Schumann. So the count is 2-1 on Schumann. 2-1. Infield is coming in here for Toronto. 2-1 pitch coming up here from Corbin. Corbin fires and the pitch is outside. And the count is now 3-1 here on Schumann. 3-1. Volpe's at third. The official scoring on that was an E2. So an error on the catcher there, Valenzuela. 3-1 pitch coming up here from Corbin to Schumann. The pitch to Schumann. Swung on and lined foul. Right by the Yankees dugout. And the count is now full at 3-2. Count is full 3-2 here on Max Schumann. 3-2 on Schumann. Volpe's at third. 3-2 pitch coming up here from Corbin to Schumann. And Schumann calls timeout at the plate. So we'll wait to do the 3-2 pitch. Hey, Jacob, how's it going? How you doing? No, Jason's not streaming tonight. You get me. How you doing? Here we go. 3-2 pitch coming up to Schumann from Corbin. The set and the pitch. Up high, taken for a ball. And that's going to be ball 4 on Schumann. He works a walk, so runners on the corners with 1 out. As that will bring up now JC Escara. JC Escara is coming up to bat with runners on first and third and 1 out. Corbin on the mound. Escara hitting 174 so far this year. Yes, Groovy Alien, that was a good at-bat there from Schumann. Here comes JC. First and third, 1 out. The pitch to Escara. In there for a called strike. 0-1. 0-1 count on Escara. Blue Jays are back at normal depth in their infield. Last thing you would want to do is ground into a double play. The 0-1 pitch to Escara. Corbin fires, and the pitch is grounded weakly. That's going to go foul outside of first base. And the count is now 0-2 here on Escara. 0-2. So this is going to be a big opportunity here for the Yankees to get these runs in. You do not want to leave this opportunity wasted. You want to try to get at least 1 run in here. Yankees already have a 1-0 lead, but this is a good time to drive in some more. You want to build on the lead that you have already. The 0-2 pitch to Escara, and Corbin's going to check on the runner at first. Schumann is back in there safely. Schumann back in safely, so the count is 0-2 here on Escara. Runners on first and third with 1 out here for the Yankees. Bottom of the second. 0-2 pitch coming up to Escara. Corbin fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed by Escara. He struck him out with a slider. So that's not what you wanted to do right there. He strikes him out swinging, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs. 2 outs here. Escara strikes out on a slider that was in the dirt. Don't know why you would even reach for that pitch. He strikes out swinging. That was terrible. That was a terrible at-bat. You have a chance to drive in more runs. You have to do it. Here is Paul Goldschmidt. The first pitch to Goldschmidt is taken outside for a ball 1. Count is 1-0 here on Goldie. 1-0. Yes, Mighty Funny. That was like an Austin Wells at bat. Can't have both catchers hitting like this. You just can't. The 1-0 pitch to Goldschmidt. The pitch is popped up. It's going to go foul out of play. Right behind the plate. And the count is now even at 1-1. 1-1 here on Goldschmidt. Yankees still with runners on the corners with 2 outs here. Need an RBI hit here. Ben Rice on deck. The 1-1 pitch coming up to Goldschmidt. Corbin ready to deal. And the pitch up high. Goldschmidt did not go around on a check swing. And the count is now 2-1. 2-1 here on Goldschmidt. 2-1. Yeah, the problem is that they really don't have anybody to replace these 2 catchers with in the minor leagues. They don't really have anybody. The 2-1 pitch to Goldschmidt is down low in the dirt. And the count is now 3-1 on Goldschmidt. 3-1. 3-1 count here on Goldschmidt. If I'm Goldschmidt right here, I'm looking for a good pitch to hit. Possibly drive it the other way for an RBI. 3-1 pitch coming up here to Goldschmidt. The 3-1 pitch. Down low, ball 4. So Goldschmidt works a walk, and the bases will be loaded here for Ben Rice. Bases loaded, and 2 outs here for the Yankees. They lead 1-0. They forced Patrick Corbin to throw 36 pitches already here through 2 innings, or 1 2/3. So they need to put up a crooked number right here, right now. Need to take advantage of this. As Volpe's at third, Schumann is at second, and Goldschmidt's at first. Need to take advantage of this right now. This is what the Yankees have done too much, too often, leaving guys stranded on base. Need to capitalize on these opportunities. Would like to see them get at least one run in here. Bases loaded, 2 outs here. Ben Rice is up to bat. 1-0 Yankees lead already with a solo home run from Goldschmidt in the bottom of the first. Ben Rice coming up to bat. Ben Rice stepping into the box, and here we go. Corbin on the mound. Sets, fires, and the first pitch is swung on and missed by Rice. He was looking to hit a grand slam there as he was swinging very aggressively. Count was 0-1. 0-1 here on Rice. 0-1 pitch coming up to Rice. Corbin fires, and the pitch is down low. Missed in the other batter's box, and the count is now 1-1. 1-1 here on Rice. 1-1. 1-1. Good block by Valenzuela, the catcher. 1-1 count here on Rice. And here we go. The 1-1 pitch coming up. Corbin fires, and the pitch is down low. Bounced up there in the other batter's box again. And the count is now 2-1. 2-1 here on Rice. 2-1. 2-1 count here on Rice. Two-one count on Ben Rice right now with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Be patient here, Rice. 2-1 coming up. The 2-1 pitch. Down low, check swung, and it's fouled away. That pitch was not going to be a strike as that was an off-speed pitch heading for the other batter's box again. But Ben Rice checked his swing, and he did foul that one away. So I don't know what he was doing there, but it was a foul ball. So the count is now 2-2 on Rice. 2-2. 2-2 on Rice. 2-2 pitch from Corbin. The pitch outside. 3-2. Count goes full. 3-2 here on Ben Rice. Bases loaded. Everybody's going to be in action here. Bases are loaded here. Everybody's going to be on the move. Bases loaded with 2 outs and a full count 3-2 pitch. Here we go. The 3-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle. The second baseman has it. Sosa, he throws to first. And they get Ben Rice at first base for the out. So the Yankees do not take advantage of bases loaded and 2 outs.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Nathan.
Great call so far. We do have our special guest on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to introduce him, and then we'll bring him up. It is our guy, the truth, the legend, a former MLB catcher. He's been on the show before a couple of times, and a good friend of mine. And he's a great family person, and he does it all, man. He is obviously a great player when he was playing. So I want to bring him up, the one and only Michael Barrett. Welcome back to the stream. Let's go.
Hey,
what's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
Hey, Michael. Good to see you.
What's up, Evan?
Nothing much. Just calling the Yankee game.
Yeah, it was exciting. Sosa made a good play there.
Yes, he did.
Thank you, Michael, for joining Evan. So.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to join. I'm having a little technical difficulty joining in here in Atlanta for this game, but I can sit side by side you guys and enjoy the game.
Yeah,
awesome.
And Chef Nick said, "What's up to you, Michael?"
Hey, what's up, Chef?
I remember you were on the panel with us before the season started. We had all these
That's
predictions.
right, man. Yeah, I
Chef
don't know
Nick
how my predictions are doing so far.
Well, we know the Rays are doing well. Marlins have been pesky as well too.
Yeah, we knew they would be pesky. I thought the Mariners would be a little bit better position than they are, but the Yankees aren't doing so bad.
It's been up and down year as always. They had a great start to the year, had an 8-game winning streak, doing pretty well. But once again, we've seen that once they play better teams, they still falter a little bit here and there. Starting pitching went down a little bit. Their offense kind of kept quiet. So hopefully now they can bounce back against a good Toronto team. Even though they're under 500, we still can't overestimate them. They're a good team.
That's right. That's right. That's almost every team in the major leagues, and they're always out to get the Yankees, as you know.
Yeah.
Definitely. So Weathers is back on the mound.
I'm gonna let you two go at it, and then I'm gonna drop over here, Mike, and then I'll come back up a little bit later.
All right, Ned. Sounds good, brother.
Appreciate that, Nathan. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, so Weathers is back on the mound. So the count here is 2-1 on Valenzuela, the catcher. You were a catcher, Mike.
There you go.
2-1 pitch coming up here to Valenzuela. The pitch, little outside. Count here is now 3-1. Obviously, we know Austin Wells has been struggling a lot. Michael, what's your take there on Wells?
This would be a great opportunity right here to kind of, get a good pitch he can hit and hopefully get the inning going and maybe get his confidence going again.
For sure. 3-1 pitch is fouled away there by Valenzuela, and the count is now full 3-2.
Yeah, I think, a lot of excitement coming off the World Baseball Classic, getting the season started. I think these guys, we've seen a little bit of the hangover there, and hopefully he can get it going again and get that excitement back up.
3-2 pitch coming up to Valenzuela, and he struck him out swinging. Nice pitch there from Weathers. Just went straight in there with a fastball, no messing around, and he gets another strikeout. I believe that's his third strikeout on the night. Yeah, yesterday I was very ticked off about the Mets series because Austin Wells was behind the plate, but then JC Escarra was there first, and David Bednar left a hanging curveball to Tyrone Taylor, and he just hit it straight out of the ballpark. It was a bad call there by Wells, I feel like.
Those reports are so advanced. You can't always, blame the catcher for those. I'm sure Wells took it to heart and probably took the blame for it, most of it at least. But,
yep.
It's one of those things where there's so much more that goes into it these days than just the catcher calling it,
Definitely. So here comes Davis Schneider up to bat. Count here is 2-1. Blue Jays, nobody on base, 1 out in the top of the third. Yankees have a 1-0 lead here with Paul Goldschmidt hitting a solo home run. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Schneider. So once again, Weathers utilizing his fastball there, not messing around. And the count is now even at 2-2. I'll get to that 1 second. Yankees Groovy Alien, 1 sec. The 2-2 pitch coming up from Weathers. The pitch, checked his swing. Did he go around? No, he didn't. Look like he may have. Looked like he definitely went around on that, as Aaron Boone is definitely frustrated about that call. Count is now 3-2.
That's the thing. Every little thing like that just starts to really resonate.
Definitely.
In close games, you really need that call.
3-2 pitch, called strike 3. So the check swing didn't matter as he strikes him out looking. Another strikeout there from Weathers. Mike, can you see the chat here? We have Yankees Groovy Alien here saying that he was, as a guy born and raised in Chicago, he has the greatest appreciation for you. Thanks, Mike, for putting AJ on the floor.
Hey, yes. You're welcome. I'm actually trying to plan a trip to Chicago this year for the White Sox series coming up in August.
The White Sox have been playing good ball.
Yeah.
0-1 pitch coming up to George Springer. The pitch is fouled away, and the count is now 0-2 quickly here on Springer. Yeah, the White Sox, I've been impressed by the White Sox this year so far, especially Manasaka Murakami. He's been very good.
Yes, he has. He has been electric. He's helped that team out tremendously.
Yep. The 0-2 pitch coming up from Weathers. The pitch in there on the bottom of the strike zone for called strike 3. Weathers strikes out the side. Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Yankees are going to come back up here in the bottom of the third. Mike, what have you seen from the Pirates so far this year? What's your perspective?
Well, Skeens has been better than expected. I think he's matured a lot, and he's really doing a nice job. And I think they're playing together as a team across the board, just playing good, solid, fundamental baseball across the board for the most part.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it helps to have a guy like that. Let's be honest,
Yep.
healthy, and hopefully he stays healthy the whole year and gives them a chance to compete against tough competition.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely electrifying for sure. Always fun to see him pitch. All right, so coming up for the Yankees, we'll have Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, and Ahmed Rosario coming up. And the Rays are up again here on the Orioles, 7-1. What a great team that the Rays have. They're always well managed, always a pesky team that does everything well. And wow, they're on a great tear right now, up 7-1.
Yeah, they've been a fun team to watch grow, and that's something that I think the Yankees will get back to. I think what we're saying about the Blue Jays, what we've said about Yankees, the history. I think will come back this year. I think the Yankees, their lineup, watching the kids grow together. I think they're going to come together nicely, and I think Aaron Judge has turned into just a phenomenal leader. I think this will be the year they get over the hump, or I'm hoping so.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so Corbin is coming back on the mound here. Aaron Judge is coming up to hit right now. First pitch to Judge is swung on and missed. Count here is 0-1. Judge is still in the 265 average range. Surprisingly, he's not yet hit 300, but I bet he will soon.
And that may not ever really be his game. It's one of those things where, you put runs up, you score runs, and you kind of know what you are as a player that makes you most deadly. In a long season, the manager needs consistency. He could take a 265 over a 300 sometimes, depending on like just the consistency of the run production. Aaron Judge is producing runs. He's not hitting batting champion like numbers every single year, but he's still the most valuable player for a reason, right?
Definitely. So the count here is 2-2 on Judge. The 2-2 is grounded to third base. There is Akamoto, and he makes the long throw over to first in time to get Judge. So there's one away here in the bottom of the third inning.
And Corbin's got that nasty cutter and slider to like work off of that. So I mean, he's a little he's not as effective as he's been in the past, but he's still nasty. He's still tough on righties.
Here comes Cody Bellinger. The pitch is lined into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. And Bellinger's going to try to go to second base. Aggressiveness, the throw to second, and he's tagged out at second base. He was a little bit too aggressive there, as looks like the right fielder, he got a beat on that one. I don't know why Bellinger, I guess because of the way that the ball was hit, he thought he could have made the angle and the turn there to second, but he was tagged out.
Yeah. Risky, but maybe worth the risk with the game being as close as it is. And it's still relatively early.
Yep. Mike, we also have another comment here from Wendy, who's a supporter. She says that it's nice to have you on again. And she also asks, have you thought of doing professional commentary? You have an awesome voice for it and great knowledge.
You're really sweet, Wendy. I really appreciate that. Yes, I've thought about it. Thought about a lot of things that I'd like to do when I finally grow up. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yep. No, thank you very much for coming on again. I think this is like your third time on, so we very much appreciate it.
My pleasure, Evan.
All right, here is Rosario up to bat. Count is 0-2 here, and he fouls that one straight back, so the count remains here at 0-2. And I'm sure you remember Chef Nick, who was on, I believe, before the season started. We had a whole roundtable. He says, Thank you very much for a great stream. Last time with you, you always have great insight and a great perspective.
Yeah, no, this is great. I appreciate you guys having me on. It's an opportunity to talk baseball, which I love, as y'all know. in this situation, this is where I feel like Corbin with the Nationals. I was with the Nationals when he was there. This is where he tends to play with hitters. When he gets ahead with his fastball or gets ahead in the count early, he's able to now throw that back foot slider and that cutter in, and he could just toy with hitters and make it a really frustrating day for guys. But it's those guys that go up there and get on that first pitch like Bellinger did. Unfortunately, just the over aggressiveness turned into an out, which might have cost him, but it's hard to say.
And as you just mentioned there, the backdoor slider, Rosario struck out on that pitch on the 0-2 count. So that's another strikeout there for Corbin. So Yankees still have a 1-0 lead, though, going to the top of the fourth inning. And Vlad Guerrero was going to lead off.
Yeah, Corbin can get to be pretty hard on these guys. He gets that breaking ball, gets a feel for it, But I think if the Yankees can figure out a way to battle off some of these pitches and be a little bit tougher with 2 strikes and improve on their 2-strike approach, they can get Corbin out and get to the bullpen and hopefully do some more damage.
Yep. Mike, we also have another comment here from Joe, who's pretty much the overall founder of the channel, who brought us all on. He says,
hey, Joe.
Yep. He says, thank you very much for coming on. And he says that you guys are the best.
You're welcome, Joe. My pleasure. I'll be Evan's wingman any night you need.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And we also have another question here from Yankees Griviellian. He says, Michael, as a 4th-generation pizzeria owner from Chicago, loved what you did with Gino's. Do you see pizza again in the future? Of course,
you got the cheeseburger pizza. They got the cheeseburger pizza going there still.
Wow, sounds fun.
Oh yeah, I was talking about that the other night. Went to a place here in Atlanta called Bobby G's. It's a really good Chicago pizza eatery, and I was like, they need to bring back the cheeseburger pizza combination. That was the Michael Barrett special at Gino's East in Chicago when I played there. They were great. Gino's East was awesome, and he's right. The great pizzeria there, great establishment, great people.
Always needs to have great people as well as great food, right?
Absolutely.
All right, here is Guerrero. Here comes the pitch, and he takes a called strike here on a sinker there from Weathers. Count is 1-1. Joe says he's going to take you up on that offer.
All right.
We know that Joe likes to eat a lot.
That's why you got a chef on the show.
Yep, exactly. Chef Nick, he probably can travel the world too. I'm sure he would cook something very special for you too as a private chef.
There we go. I like it. Isn't it amazing how the season is flying by already?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
Once it gets going, it just zooms by. Before you know it, we're in September.
Yeah, and here we're, and we're preparing for the draft. We got some young players, some really exciting young players, young talent, and it just sneaks up on you. The draft will be here before you know it, and we'll be mid-season.
Yep. So the pitch to Guerrero is lined to right field, and of course, it wouldn't be Vladimir Guerrero without getting a hit at Yankee Stadium. So that's a leadoff single there for Guerrero in the top of the 4th.
And what he did in the World Series last year was special. And I know any baseball fan would love to see something like that again, as long as it wasn't against the Yankees, right?
Yes. He already did his share last year in the ALDS against us, hit that grand slam. A lot of credit to him, though. On a 14-year contract still, he's still very, very good against us. So good for him. So here comes Okamoto, first year in the MLB here with Toronto. And he hits this one up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. And here we go. Toronto has the threat, first and second, nobody out. So here's this is Lennon Sosa here for Toronto, the cleanup hitter. I want to see Weathers go back to his off-speed pitches to start things off here. I don't want to see his fastball utilized here early in the count. First pitch to Sosa is a called strike with a changeup on the bottom of the strike zone. Count is 0-1.
Yeah, we've seen I've seen Sosa play since he was a young 18-year-old, 19-year-old. He's a very good off speed in the zone hitter as well. So he's one of those guys. You make off speed pitch, you can't just lay it in there.
For sure.
Throw it with conviction.
Yep. Count is 1-1 here. Blue Jays have runners on first and second, nobody out. 1-1 pitch to Sosa is fouled away, right field side out of play.
And you see that a lot of times also, like pitchers, they're dealing, they're getting through the game pretty quickly, and all of a sudden you get some traffic. You're throwing from the stretch, pitching from the stretch, and now all of a sudden things can get a little bit more tense on you.
Definitely. The situation definitely changes a lot when you're facing guys on base. All right, the 1-2 is fouled away, straight back behind the plate.
And that's usually what causes pitchers to, choke on the ball, or maybe grip the ball a little too tight on their breaking ball pitches, and all of a sudden the ball just doesn't spin like it normally does, and all of a sudden the ball hangs, and you see a 3-run homer hit or something awful, in a situation where they normally wouldn't make that mistake.
Yep. The pitch is hit in the air to right field. Judge is under it. He makes the catch, and Vladdy's going to tag up from second. The throw is not in time. So good base running there by Guerrero. He takes third base, runners on the corners, and 1 out.
Yeah, a good base runner right there by Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yep.
And hopefully we got first and third, correct?
Yes, first and third, 1 out.
Yeah, good job right there of Aaron Judge keeping the double play in order, though.
Yep.
Hopefully we get a ground ball double play. Or is there 2 outs? I'm sorry.
There's 1 out.
1 out. That's what I thought. Ground ball double play right here. Yeah, that's what I'm sorry.
With Varsho coming up, though, I mean, you could get a ground ball here if you're lucky. You just need to have to execute the right pitch.
Yeah. And keep in mind, you got a base open. Even though the base is second base, it's open. It's open.
Yep.
Make your pitch. This guy was deadly in the playoffs last year as well.
Yes, he was. All right, count is 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Weathers fires to first base, and Okamoto is back in there safely. So Varsho looking to tie the game here for Toronto. Yeah, Toronto's been through a couple of injuries this year with Nathan Lucas, Addison Barger, a couple of unlucky breaks for them.
Yeah, you see that happen a lot too after big runs, big playoff runs. The next year they just break down, injuries start to happen.
Yep. Even Trey Savage as well.
Yeah, that one was a sad one. Like, I was really excited about that guy as a baseball fan.
Yep. The 1-1 pitch to Varsho, and Weathers fires. The pitch is low and away, missed with a slider. The count is now 2-1 on Varsho. 2-1. Yes, thank you, Jake. Alejandro Kirk as well. Yep. Right. The 2-1 pitch is fouled away, and the count is now even 2-2. So big opportunity here for Weathers to try to get out of the inning. Execute the right pitch right here. All right. Runners on the corners with 1 out here for Toronto. Count is 2-2 on Varsho. JC Escara behind the plate tonight for the Yankees. Guerrero is on third and Okamoto is on first. 2-2 coming up from Weathers. And the pitch is a pop-up. Will it go out of play or stay in play? Escara near the netting, and he makes the catch. It stayed in play in foul territory there, right near the screen behind the plate. Escara makes the catch, and there are 2 outs here.
Huge play right there. Huge opportunity and a great job of execution right there with 2-2 count.
Yep. Michael, when you were in those situations as a catcher, would you want to trust your pitcher with a certain type of pitch, or would you try to manipulate what he would throw there in that situation?
Right there, you just got to keep in mind you got a base open, and if you miss, you miss. in the dirt, with your off speed. You want to be aggressive in that, and you want to make sure that your pitcher knows that you're going to block that ball in the dirt. And usually, what you'll see is a hitter get into a swing mode where they're trying to put the ball in play just to get that run in, and that's when you can get a nice pop up like that, or a nice easy weak contact. So a great job right there, Weathers.
Definitely. All right, so now comes Ernie Clement, another good hitter. The 0-1 pitch is fouled straight back. You got him a little off balance there with the changeup, so the count is now 0-2.
Yeah, this is where, the hitter, this is where lineups are made. And a guy like Clement is just a totally different type hitter than Varsho. So you got to change your entire approach. Pitching to Clement is like throwing to Clement is like he has 2 strikes on him the entire time.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the count is 0-2.
Varsho's a little more crippled count like hitter. Going to do more damage in fastball counts, whereas Clement's just swinging a lot of times. It just feels like he's swinging to swing.
Mm-hmm. 0-2 pitch coming up. The pitch is hit in the air. It's carrying left field all the way back on the warning track. And the ball is out of here. It carries out for a 3-run home run. That pitch was way down low in the strike zone. And Ernie Clement just puts the bat on the ball, and it carried out in left field. I know it's a hot, humid night, but I didn't think the ball was going to carry that far out.
Yeah, to my point, he's just a free swinger. He's kind of a bad ball hitter, and those pitches, he did so well to battle to get through, only to be spoiled by Ernie Clement's unbelievable 2-strike approach in that situation.
That's just unbelievable. Unbelievable hitting right there. Can't even blame Weathers. That was good location. I mean, Escara right there, he was telling Weathers to get the ball down, as like you mentioned before, and he left it over the plate, and you can't do that to a good hitter.
Yeah, he's just a really good 2-strike hitter, and he's a free swinger. He's a guy that is a little bit of a bad ball hitter. He's going to do damage with balls on the plate. But to my point, like I said earlier, when traffic gets on, you start to tense up a little bit. You got to make that pitch. It's a perfect pitch for a pitcher to make, and so a lot of times it's difficult. He left it over the plate, and he paid for it.
Yep. All right, so there's a ground ball out there from Weathers, and he gets the 3rd out of the inning, but the Blue Jays take a 3-1 lead on a 3-run home run there from Ernie Clement. So 3-1 Toronto.
Well, we need the Yankees to score more than 1 run this game anyways, right?
Definitely. You need to score to win.
Yeah.
We also have a question here from Wendy again. She wants to ask, Michael, what do you think of the Detroit Tigers this year? She said that she's originally from Michigan, so she's a Tigers fan.
Yeah, well, Jahmai Jones is a good friend of mine. He's the godparent of my kids. He's a utility player. I went to watch him play when they came in to play the Braves. I'm excited for him. I was devastated when Skubal got hurt, and I'm amazed that they're finding a way to hang in there even with that loss. But the Tigers, they've got a good, solid ball club. They do a nice job across the board playing the game the right way, and I think they're going to be in it till the end, I think.
Yep, definitely. I remember Jahmai Jones' time with the Yankees. I feel like he was a little bit mistreated, I would say. Mistreated by the Yankees a little bit.
Yeah, he's a the kind of guy that has just been dying to have that opportunity to play every day, but has over the years learned to take what he can get, and he's learned to kind of be that role player and help his team in any way he can. And in Detroit, they've kind of found a love in him and how he faces left-handed pitching, and Jahmai's accepted that role, and hopefully in his time there that he can grow into an everyday player with that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Once again, guys, thank you for being here tonight. Thankfully, we have a special guest right now, Michael Barrett, who's been on the show a couple of times. Very thankful to have him on right now with me tonight. We appreciate his time for coming up and spending a little bit of time here with us right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also want to ask you something about Garrett Cole, but the game's back, so I'll ask you in 1 sec. All right, the pitch here to Jazz Chisholm who has been struggling a little bit lately. The pitch is in there for a strike. Count is 0-2. So as far as Garrett Cole goes, he's coming back from Tommy John. I'm sure you know him a little bit or have been in contact with him recently or in the past. But what's your take on him, and how do you think he's going to bounce back from Tommy John?
Tommy John surgery it's a totally different surgery these days, and the recovery. I expect a full recovery. I expect him to be better than ever. I expect him to be the competitor that he is. I don't expect him to miss a whole lot. I had the opportunity to see guys in the early 2000s to mid 2000s to 2010 go through that surgery and come back normal. Ryan Dempster, a close friend of mine, someone that went through the surgery and went through that whole process, and he came back and had a phenomenal post surgery career. And I think Garrett Cole will be the same way. It's more mental than anything.
Definitely. 2-2 pitch is grounded foul outside of first base. So count is now 2-2 on Jazz. Blue Jays have a 3-1 lead as Ernie Clement hit a 3-run home run in the top of the fourth inning. 2-2 pitch coming up here to Jazz from Corbin. The pitch just misses inside with the sinker, and the count is now full 3-2. Corbin's just the type of guy that, as long as you hit your spots and have good location, you can still pitch in this league.
Yeah. Oh, he's left-handed. He's kind of he's a little bit of a different delivery than you would expect most left-handers, and he throws down and into righties as opposed to down and away. And he's just a different look, a different feel. And when he's on, I saw him with the Nationals for a long time. When he's on, he can be as tough as anybody.
Yep. And the pitch to Jazz is a strike 3. He got him with a nice cutter there in the zone. Jazz was frozen on that pitch. Frozen pizza, one away.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you look at the cutter coming in from a lefty, Al Leiter was this way. When they have their cutter working, you can't tell as a hitter if it's a cutter or a slider. And until it drops out of the zone and you swung and missed, and then at that point it's too late.
Yep. Even when I'm calling the game, sometimes I have a hard time telling the difference between cutters, sliders, those types of pitches.
Yeah, and a guy like Corbin he's mastered it. That's what he's made his living off of all these years, is keeping that breaking ball looking the same and frustrating hitters. You'll go up there and you'll take the cutter thinking it's a slider, and it stays in the zone as a strike, and then you'll swing at the thinking it's a cutter and it's a slider and hits you at your back leg.
Yep. So here comes Anthony Volpe, 1-for-1 tonight with a single. First game tonight at Yankee Stadium there for Volpe. 1-0 count coming up. The 1-0 pitch from Corbin. And he misses up high with the changeup, and the count is 2-0 here on Volpe. Two and 0 here on Volpe. The 3-1 pitch, the 2-0 pitch is fouled away, so the count is now 2-1 here on Volpe. 2-1. Michael, what do you think of some of the Yankees pitching prospects like ERC, Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, LeGrand Hay?
I've always been amazed at the ability these young pitchers have coming into the big leagues, and it makes sense. I always admired the way that New York Yankees develop their pitchers. The way they basically make them throw certain pitches and certain counts when they're in the younger, levels. And I think that it forces them to use all of their pitches. I always admired the way they developed their young arms. And even though their young arms would throw 100, they would still make them throw certain pitches and certain counts. And I thought that was good for the young men to learn how to pitch, not just throw. So I thought the guys that were developing the young talent there with the New York Yankees were doing an amazing job handling the pitchers.
Mm-hmm. So this play is going to be reviewed here as Volpe hit a fly ball to left field. It looked like it was caught by David Schneider, but he may have trapped it instead. So we're just seeing if the review is showing that he trapped the ball or if he caught it and he kept it in his glove. Nice diving play, though, by Schneider.
Yeah.
It definitely looked like that ball hit the ground after he tried to make the catch. So it looks like Volpe's going to be on base here. Maybe they'll give him a double out of it.
A hustle double.
Yep. This will be Volpe's second hit of the night if it is overturned. What have you thought of the ABS so far? I know we touched on that before the season started. But what do you think of that?
I kind of like it. I find it entertaining. I was at a game the other day. Chris Sale was pitching, and you see a catcher tap his helmet, and you're like, "Whoa, what is going on?"
Yep.
Did he get it? Did he not? And then when the catcher gets it right and the fans get excited, it's like a new element of the game that I'm not used to. It's like, oh wait, okay, all right, yeah, okay, excited. Something you can get behind.
Exactly.
Especially if the game is going to stop and pause, it better be worth something, right?
Yep. So they're still looking at this play. I was actually in Atlanta last year for the Braves and the Mets series, and Chris Sale threw a complete game shutout against the Mets last year.
Oh wow, yeah, he's something else. That's the first time I've actually gotten to see him live, and against the Cubs, and he had a gem. He was pitching a gem, and unfortunately came out with a loss. The Cubs ended up winning 2-0, but Chris Sale was pitching his rear end off, and I'm shocked and amazed. Talk about a guy coming off surgery, post surgery, how he's able to do it. I think he's been amazing.
Definitely. So they're going to overturn this call here. Volpe's going to get a double there from the review.
Nice.
1 out double for Volpe. So let's see. Blue Jays might keep Corbin in here against Max Schumann, who has a walk in his first plate appearance. He's only at 65 pitches. I think he has another inning in him if he could.
Yeah, I've seen Corbin get 65 pitches a lot faster than this, so he's probably still sitting pretty. And
Yep.
I'm hoping the Yankees can put some pressure on him right here.
So here is Schumann. He shows bunt, but the pitch is up and away for ball 1.
And that's more than likely just a show there, an attempt to get him to throw this next pitch over the plate. I think Schumann's probably going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Yep. Let's see what happens. The 1-0 pitch coming up. Corbin is going to look back at second on Volpe and back in safely. Wants to hold Volpe right at second base because in the beginning of the game, Volpe stole second base, but then the catcher Valenzuela threw the ball into center field, so he took third base. So just wants to make sure that he stays right there. Oh, he's going to try to steal third, and Valenzuela is caught off guard. He doesn't even make a throw. Volpe steals third base.
Corbin not known to be the best at holding runners at second base, and the lefty makes it tough, especially when he's throwing all these breaking balls.
Yep. Nice jump there from Volpe as well. The Blue Jays also challenged that pitch, but it was inside for a ball, so the count is here 2-0 on Schumann. Yankees definitely need to try to get this run in right here. This has been their problem, getting runners in with guys in scoring position. The 2-0 pitch is way up high, missed with a changeup, and the count is now 3-0 on Schumann.
Here's the question. Do you give Schumann the swing right here? Do you give him the take? A lot of times you see coaches look down. I mean, you see hitters look down looking for a take, and this might be a good opportunity to let him swing.
Let him swing. The 3-0 pitch, a little bit inside, so we walked him on 4 pitches.
That's surprising right there. I would imagine the Blue Jays would probably have somebody up in the bullpen.
Yeah. Now he's had 69 pitches, and JC Escara is up to bat, so he's definitely going to stay in for JC. JC looked lost in his first at bat against Corbin. He went down 1-2-3 on that wicked slider that he throws. But the pitching coach is going to come out here for Toronto. If you're a catcher in this situation, like what are you saying to the pitcher?
Well, this is where you want to kind of get the game back under control. You're trying to figure out how we just lost that guy on 4 straight pitches, and then he's pitching around this guy to get to that guy, but then you got Goldschmidt coming up as a catcher. You got to kind of slow him down, get him under control. Just try to remind him that hey, Scar might be on deck here, but Goldschmidt's in the hole. Like we don't want to be too fine. Right here we got some guys that can do damage if we're not careful. We don't want to load the bases up.
Here comes the pitch to Escara. And this one misses down low with the slider. 1-0. Yeah, if I'm Corbin here, I'm just attacking Escara. Trying to hit corners. Try to get him to roll it over for a double.
Corbin's way of attacking hitters is to try to get them to swing early over those pitches. He's been known to get into trouble doing that. Falling behind, trying to get early swings and misses instead of weak contact.
The pitch to Escara is lined into right field, and Volpe's going to try to try to come home from third, and he gets in there safely. Oh, the throw beat him at home, but Volpe looks like he got his hand in there. Nice play from Volpe. He just got his hand in there safely at home plate. Wow. I don't know how he got his hand in there.
That's just a great job of base running all the way around the bases by Volpe. Way to go.
And everybody in the chat, let's give credit to Volpe here. He definitely knows how to score when he's on base. So let's give him some
huge
credit.
Run, cuts that lead down. And I mean, all as a credit to his base running.
For sure.
Getting to second base, getting to third with less than 2 outs and scoring right there. Good heads up base running.
There we go. As of course, Damon in the chat, he's always defended Volpe as well. So good for you, Damon, sticking with your guy like that.
I'm not sticking up for Volpe. I don't know Volpe. No, I'm kidding. No. That's good base running though.
Yep.
Good job.
So here is Goldschmidt now up to bat, who hit a solo home run back in the first. And Goldschmidt takes ball 1 up high, and the count is 1-0.
Nice to cut that lead down for sure, though, especially, getting into this. We're still early in the ball game. We don't want Corbin to get settled in and get too comfortable out there. So that's a huge run right there.
Absolutely. This is what I want to see the Yankees do a better job of, too, is sac flies, putting the ball in play when they need to, scoring these runs.
Situational hitting is huge. It's going to help you win a lot of ball games.
Yep. So score 3-2 here is Toronto's still on top. Goldschmidt is up at the plate with a runner on first and 2 outs. Count here is 1-1 on Goldschmidt. And the pitch. Pitch is. Oh, it's a pass ball from Valenzuela. He dropped the ball after he tries to corral it to get Schumann at second, and Schumann's going to take third now too. So he goes from first to third on the pass ball there from Valenzuela. You're good, Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say, right here, this is where veteran versus veteran, Goldschmidt's probably faced Corbin how many times?
Yep.
He's probably seen him in this situation. And right there, great job of base running again for the Yankees.
Yep. Especially both of them being in the NL in their careers. The pitch to Goldschmidt is lined to right center field. That's going to be over the head of the right fielder Straw. It's off the wall. Goldschmidt is going to go to second base. The Yankees tie the game up at 3. Schumann scores. 3-3.
Great job of hitting right there.
That professional hitting mindset from Goldschmidt right there. Yep. You said it.
And this is where the Blue Jays are probably thinking, now might be the time to make a change.
Yes. That was a very flat changeup there. He just left that one right over the part of the zone there. Could be because of the humid night as well. The ball didn't really move as well. So here's Ben Rice, who has been another sensation for the Yankees this year. Runner on second, 2 outs. First pitch is fouled away from Rice. Count is 0-1 here. 0-1 on Rice. Yankees have another chance to score with a runner on second base. Paul Goldschmidt, second hit of the night, third time on base. The pitch to Rice, and he swings and misses at that slider. The count is 0-2.
Right here, you're looking for something up in the zone, something that you can, just put the ball in play, maybe right center field, maybe an outpost shot, keep the inning alive, get your best bat up to the plate, get Aaron Judge up there if you can.
For sure. 0-2 count. Bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch to Rice, down low and away, and the count is now 1-2 here. 1-2.
Yeah, right here, 1-2. Not trying to do too much, just trying to stay within yourself. Give Aaron Judge, give the Judge a hammer. Give him the opportunity. Get in there with this game with Corbin's back up against the wall. Make them go to the bullpen.
The 1-2 pitch is grounded to second, and that'll do it for the Yankees as Ben Rice grounds out. But they do tie the game on a sac fly from J.C. Escara and a double from Goldschmidt. The game is tied at 3.
That's a great job of the Yankees. You got to be happy with that. Coming in right there, giving up 3, supporting your pitcher, and getting 2 runs right back. That's awesome. Good job, Yankees.
Yep, and that's also been the second time that Rice has grounded out on that same pitch. So Corbin probably knows that Rice's weakness is the slider there.
Well, right there, Corbin's going to go with his strength, no matter what the hitter's weakness or strength is. He's going to go with his strength and take his chances with Judge on deck there.
For sure. Yes, but good job of the Yankees for tying that game. Let's see what the scoreboard looks like right now. Guardians up 2-1 over the Tigers. The Rays are up 12-4 over the Orioles. Wow. Reds and Phillies are tied up at 3 apiece. Marlins are leading the Braves 6-0. The Mets are up 4-3 over the Nationals right now. The Red Sox and Royals are tied up at no score, top of the 6th inning. Twins lead the Astros 1-0, bottom of the 4th. Brewers lead the Cubs 1-0, top of the 4th. Rangers and Rockies are about to get underway. And then coming up later is the Athletics and Angels, Dodgers, Padres, Giants, D-backs, and White Sox, Mariners. What do you like to see from the Nationals so far this year? How have they been doing in your mind?
Yeah, I think the Nationals are overachieving for me right now. I like what I see. I've noticed some good ball being played there. I would say they're probably at just slightly above the expectations I had for them going into the season. And I'm happy that they're doing well. I'm happy that they're playing well against the Reds, or they were, That was a big series. That's a tall tell sign right now for me with where the Nationals are going, is how well they do against, teams like the Reds.
Yep. Here comes Weathers back to face the Blue Jays here in Valenzuela. Pitch is fouled away there, right behind the plate. Count is now 1-1.
This would be a huge shutdown inning for the Yankees right here if they can pull this off.
Hope so. The 1-1 pitch here from Weathers. Swing and a miss. Count is 1-2, especially because we've seen the Yankees bullpen be relied on too heavily here. Guys like Brent Hendrick, guys like Jake Bird and Doval, they've been relied on a lot. So we need the starting pitching to go a little bit further here.
Yeah, you don't want your bullpen relied on too heavily too soon in the season. That's not a good feeling because it makes you wonder if they're going to be there down the stretch.
Mm-hmm. Count is now 2-2 here on Valenzuela. 2-2 pitch coming up from Weathers. The pitch, line drive, and that's going to be a foul ball in the left field stands. Foul ball, 2-2. Yeah, I know a lot of people right now are down on David Bednar, but personally, I still think he has a lot in the tank. I still like him as the closer. I think he's still a good viable option.
Yeah, there's something to be said about experience, and you look at it's the long season. It's a long season, and where these guys are, it's like Trevor Hoffman in his career. Some people want to jump off the bandwagon early, and it sometimes takes a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more than just a few weeks, to tell where you're going to be at the end of the season. But most people want that experience at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. And Valenzuela lined out to Bellinger there in center field, so there's one away here in the top of the fifth. That was a big out. The Blue Jays always seem to hit the ball hard on a line drive.
Yeah, they don't have too many at bats that they give away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know they got their hitting coach last year, David Hopkins, I believe his name is. He's a very good hitting coach. All right, count is 0-1 here on Schneider. The pitch is outside, and the count is now 1-1 here on Davis Schneider. Got a 3-3 game here in Yankee Stadium against Toronto. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Swung at a fastball, 94 miles per hour. Count is 1-2. The same pitch that he struck him out in his last at-bat on.
The fastball is still in the 94 range. It's good. It's a good sign. We're halfway through the game now, and he's still showing signs that he's going strong.
Yep. The 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Count remains at 1-2 here on Schneider. One, two coming up here from Weathers. From the windup, the pitch just misses off the outside corner. Count is 2-2. Two and two count here on Schneider. The 2-2 pitch from Weathers. The pitch just misses down low, but the umpire calls strike 3. I think that's going to be overturned.
Did he go to his mask?
Yes. But that's a challenge there from Schneider as, yeah, you could definitely see from where that pitch was located, that was definitely not a strike. So overturned here by Toronto. 3-2.
Eek. Psych.
That's the ABS. It's where the ball crosses the plate, not where it ends up. That's where umpires can be a little bit fooled in that situation.
Yes, for sure.
So 3-2 count here on Schneider. The pitch coming up. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a sweeper. Nice pitch there down in the zone. So that's the 6th strikeout for Ryan Weathers tonight.
I can't imagine having a call turned, over by ABS and then getting struck out.
Yep.
That would be really tough.
Yeah, it's like you have to be more aggressive now because, anything close the umpire is going to call, he's going to want to redeem himself.
Yeah. For sure.
Right. Yep. So here is George Springer here. 1 for 2 tonight. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Weathers. The pitch a little bit down low. Missed with the sinker, and the count is now 2-0 here. 2-0.
I don't know about Yankees fans, but George Springer, he was an exciting player for me to watch last year. I didn't really get to know him as a player until I studied him and watched him last year.
I do like Springer. When he's not playing the Yankees, I enjoy watching him play.
He's exciting. He's someone to give some credit to. I know he's not off to the start that he probably wants to be off to, but
yep.
I don't want to see him do well against the Yankees right here, but in terms of just the overall type player that he is.
And Springer hits one to deep left center field. It's going back, and it is gone. It's a home run for Springer.
Ew, I didn't mean to call that.
Come on, Mike.
Sorry, I didn't want to see that. I was just saying the guy's exciting. What can you say?
It's all good. So Blue Jays lead here 4-3. We gave him some power there. We gave him some luck.
I didn't mean to do that. That was not
No,
intentional.
No, it's all good.
The odds were in his
That's where
favor.
the-
He's hitting he's 100, you know? I mean,
That's where the expertise comes in. So I don't know if you know, but Joe is very good at calling these home runs. He could tell when a player is going to hit a home run from 2 pitches before.
he can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
It's
when
like a catcher.
Yep. The catcher, yep.
The sign. It's the catcher who just has that feeling.
Yep.
You know, somebody up in the bullpen now for the Yankees.
Yes. I mean, even though he's given up 4 runs, I still think he's having a pretty good night.
Yeah, you know, a couple bad pitches. You know, really. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job all the way through. That's the tough thing about being a pitcher and these situations and these games. A couple bad pitches and you're down. You got a 4 spot on the board.
Mm-hmm. So Guerrero grounds out to end the inning, but the Blue Jays take a 4-3 lead here, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th. Aaron Judge is going to come up to lead things off, and then it will be Cody Bellinger and Ahmed Rosario. So need the Yankees to provide a little bit more pressure here on Toronto. We'll see if Corbin comes back out or if they're going to go to their bullpen. As of right now, Mike, who do you think has we know the American League is off to not the best of starts. Who do you think has the best chance as of right now to come out of the AL?
Man, you know, the Mariners were my pick to click, and they've been short of a lot of things, but you know, it's still kind of early. You know, I've seen some crazier stories coming back. You know, obviously I like where the Yankees are at right now. You know, the Tigers, you know, you look for the White Sox are a surprise. I mean, there's so many things that are happening in baseball right now. It's hard to say. It's still early. But I like that the Yankees are, you know, figuring some stuff out. We're seeing some great play from some young players, you know, and you got some veteran leadership there. You've got all the makings of a championship caliber like season. And I'm excited. You know I spoke to Nathan and Joe today about the catching, and I think it'll come around. You got some great leadership there, and Osmus and I think in Boone himself, and I think they'll figure it out. But I think this might be the Yankees' year to be back in the swing of things.
Certainly hope so. So here comes the Blue Jays are putting in Braden Fisher here, the first guy out of their bullpen. He has 23 games under his belt so far with a 3.48 ERA. So 2-0 count here on Aaron Judge, leading things off in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-0 pitch to Judge is taken for a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Count is 2-1.
This is a guy that I think Judge could hit really well right here in this situation. I'm wondering what Judge is thinking.
Mm-hmm. The 2-1 pitch fouled away. He got a curveball, and he was a little bit late on it. Count is 2-2.
He might have been trying to take him the other way too much instead of just hitting it where it's pitched.
Yep. I think Judge knows how pitchers are going to attack him now. Slider away, pitches low in the zone, fastballs up. Two pitch coming up from Fisher. Pitch is grounded foul right behind the plate. Got a piece of it to stay alive.
And that's one more pitch he can put in the memory bank. You know, he can see one more pitch.
Mm-hmm.
The more pitches he sees, the better he's going to do.
Absolutely. The 2-2 pitch, outside. 3-2. What do you think of that home run that he hit last year against Toronto? in that playoff game.
Pretty impressive. Hey, you can't put anything past this guy. I mean, he's so awesome. I mean, he's just a great guy, you know?
Yep. 3-2 pitch is hit in the air pretty deep to center field. And it's not going to carry out, though. Varsho makes the catch in center field, 1 away.
That's the one part of the field I wish he would stay out of.
Yeah. Everything just seems to not carry out there in center field.
No.
Go to right field next time, Judge. You'll get that short porch home run.
Take him the other way.
Yep. So here is Bellinger. 1 for 2 tonight. He's been one of the Yankees' most productive hitters this year. Really happy that they re-signed him.
Yeah, great addition. I mean, he's just another solid individual as well.
Yep.
That's going back to what I was saying. The Yankees have the leadership this year, I think, that may carry him over the hump.
Yeah, they've been very active in their decision-making. They've been calling guys up from the minors. They've been holding guys accountable. So this is what we want to see from them. And hopefully that can lead them back to the World Series. The 1-1 pitch is outside. Count is 2-1 here on Bellinger. Once again, Blue Jays have a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-1 pitch is skied in the air to right field, but right there to make the catch is Miles Straw. So there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 away. As Ahmed Rosario is going to come up to bat. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Yankees just do not decide to replace him with McMahon just yet. He might come in a little bit later for defense. The pitch to Rosario is lined to right field, but Miles Straw is there to make the catch. That was hit hard, but unfortunately it was caught there by Straw. So the Blue Jays record the Yankees 1-2-3 in their half of the 5th. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Blue Jays have a 4-3 lead.
And Evan, I'm going to have to sign off for tonight, but I wanted to thank you for having me on the show and just wish you nothing but the best and the Yankees the best. I'm rooting for a comeback here tonight.
Hey, Michael, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Always having fun when you come on, and hope to do it again soon.
Sounds good, Evan. And tell Chef Nick and Joe and the boys I said hello.
Will do, Michael. Thank you very much.
All right, my brother.
Have a good one.
You have a good one. Talk to you later. Go Yankees.
Go Yankees. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So there we go, guys. That was a very special guest, Michael Barrett, making an appearance on the stream tonight. Thank you very much for coming on the stream. Thank you guys for your questions, for your interactions with Michael. We appreciate that a lot. And thank you once again to Joe and Nathan for having him on the show tonight, for allowing me to get to talk to him a little bit here. Obviously, when the game's going on, we like to have some back and forth conversation, but as well as the play-by-play too. So thank you very much for Michael. He was a great compliment tonight. Did an awesome job, and we can't thank him enough. And Chef Nick, I'm sure you heard the man too. He thanks you as well for your interaction as well, and for the last time that you were on the stream with him. It was a lot of fun with everybody. So thank you to everybody in the chat too for your interaction. Appreciate it. I know we did a scoreboard update a little bit earlier, but quickly here, the Rays now lead the Orioles 12-4 still in the bottom of the 5th. So the Yankees need to win tonight to keep up ground in the AL East, or else they're going to fall 4 games back. Yankees Groovy says, great guest. Thank you, Nathan and the host. That was special. I have a picture of him in my bar punching AJ Brzezinski. What a legend. Yes. I'm sure Michael remembers that very much. Didn't want to get into that a little bit, but I'm sure if he comes back, he can talk a little bit about that even more. So thank you guys for that. Thank you, Yankees Groovy. All right, Ryan Weathers is going to come back on the mound here to face Okamoto. The count here is 1-1. Paul Blackburn is in the bullpen here, warming up. The 1-1 pitch is coming up here from Weathers. Weathers fires, and the pitch is grounded foul. Got a piece of it to stay alive. And the count is now 1-2 here on Okamoto. The Blue Jays lead 4-3 in the top of the 6th inning. The count is 1-2 here on Okamoto. Weathers is at 85 pitches. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you for your questions as well to Michael. The pitch called strike 3 on a nice slider there from Weathers down in the zone. Weathers records his 7th strikeout of the night. So 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning, 1 out, nobody on base. All right, so 1 out here in the top of the 6th. This will bring up Lenin Sosa. The pitch is grounded past the diving Paul Goldschmidt at first base, and it will be a 1-out single for Sosa. I'm sure you guys heard Michael give a scouting report on Sosa before. He attacks those pitches down in the zone. And that's where we love the commentary, because that's where the former player experience comes in. So Sosa has a 1-out single here for Toronto. Runner on first base, 1 out. Yankees are still trailing 4-3 here against Toronto in the top of the 6th. Here comes Varsho. The first pitch is inside. It misses on Varsho, and the count is 1-0. 1-0 here on Varsho. Thank you, Mighty Funny, for the compliment. Yes, thank you, Mighty Funny. I appreciate that. It's always fun talking to former players. Luckily, I've had the opportunity to do that a couple of times on the stream already during a live play-by-play and during the interviews too. So I appreciate that opportunity. It's been a lot of fun and can't wait to do it again. Here comes the pitch, and this one is in there for a called strike. Count 1-1 here on Varsho. 1-1. 1-1. The pitch from Weathers. Down low, missed with the sweeper. Varsho did not go around there on the check swing. He held up, and the count is now 2-1. 2-1 here on Varsho. 2-1. 2-1 on Varsho. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Weathers. The pitch is lined to right field. It's going to be a base hit in front of Judge. Rounding second and going to third base is Sosa. He'll make it there safely. And the Blue Jays now have another threat going. They have runners on the corners and 1 out here. Runners on first and third with 1 out. And right here is when I would pull Ryan Weathers. I would pull him right now. You do not want to let him face another hitter. And we will see what the Yankees do here, but I would pull Ryan Weathers right here. Yep, and here comes Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone is going to come and take the ball here from Weathers at 91 pitches. He's going to make the move.
Hey, great job with our client, Michael.
Hey, no, thank you, Nathan, very much. I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
It was fun.
Little something different to the play-by-play. So.
Oh, it was awesome. I had a lot of fun.
Maybe we'll do that for you guys. Like not every game, but like a game that's maybe like what do you call it, important or highlight.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Would love to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know how the ESPN broadcasts or some of those broadcasts have like special guests during the inning.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can do it like that too.
Sure, definitely. Oh, that was a lot of fun.
The weather's gonna look good today, guys.
Yeah, he did have a good amount of strikeouts, but again, just allowing too many guys on base. Too many.
We're actually working on booking him for a baseball camp. So stay tuned.
Baseball camp?
Yeah.
Awesome. Looking forward to that.
Hopefully soon. But let's see.
Yep. How's your show going?
Good. The guests didn't come in. Chrissy didn't come in yet. So hopefully soon.
Okay.
Who are they bringing in? The new guy? Bruce?
Let me check. They are bringing
the new guy.
Oh, I think it's Paul Blackburn.
No.
Paul Blackburn.
I want to see the new guy in there. He throws gas. I like it. I love it.
Oh, Giovanni Cruz?
Yeah. I'm happy they finally did something good again. Bring up the young guy.
Yeah, I think Boone did say that they were going to add somebody as a reliever. So that was a good decision. I do want to see how he does.
100 miles per hour, and his slider is devastating.
Yep. You need that combination in the bullpen.
Yeah.
But everybody in the chat's been awesome tonight. Everybody asked great questions
Chef
to
Nick.
Michael as well. And you guys are very good, very fantastic here in the chat tonight. Michael was very impressed by what you guys were saying, and he even called the George Springer home run. So thank you guys very much. We always appreciate a former player's perspective on the game. Hey, Richard, what's going on? He says, hasn't been a good day. I lost my mini schnauzer, my little boy. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Richard. Hope that everything is all right and you'll feel better soon. Sorry about that, the loss of your mini schnauzer. All right, here is Ernie Clement here to face Blackburn. Runners on the corners with one out here for Toronto. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way. Blackburn fires, pitch, called strike. In there with a sinker, and the count is 0-2. 0-2 here on Ernie Clement with runners on first and third and one out. And Nathan, at least Volpe got 2 hits tonight. That's a good sign.
Yeah, 2 for 2. He's looking good again. Hopefully, you don't want to jinx a guy, but I feel like now I think he knows that the pressure's on him, but I think he's now he's doing a better job of having better approaches to the plate. So.
Yep. 1-2 pitch coming up. The pitch grounded to Volpe. On to second for 1. Back to first. Nope, not nearly in time. So that's going to be an RBI fielder's choice for Toronto. They lead 5-3.
All right, guys. I have to get back to the other show, but I'll come back to you later.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you very much for everything you do here. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you very much for the interaction. Once again, Richard, I apologize for the loss of your pet there. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a very good point by Chef Nick. Pets are considered family and a part of us, even French bulldogs. The pitch to Miles Straw. The pitch fouled away. Count is 0-1 here on Straw. 0-1. 0-1 here on Straw. Blue Jays have a 5-3 lead against the Yankees, who need to put up a few more runs tonight in order to compete in this one. The pitch coming up from Blackburn. The pitch in there for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. And speaking of pet owners, John the Beagle Dad has joined us in the stream. What's going on, John? How are you doing? Thank you for being here, John, and everybody else. Thank you. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Blackburn. The pitch outside, and the count is now 1-2. Yes, that's one of the great things about our stream here is that we are not only a Yankees community, we are a family here. So anyone who shares any personal news will be certainly taken care of by us, and we wish everybody well. The 1-2 pitch is grounded to second base, and there is Jazz Chisholm, who throws to first and gets the out at first base. So that'll do it for Toronto in the top of the 6th. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Coming up for the Yankees is going to be Jazz Chisholm Jr., Anthony Volpe, and Max Schumann here for the Yankees, who are trailing 5-3 against Toronto. And since we're in the 6th inning now, I'll give you guys a scoreboard update. In the top of the 6th inning, the Guardians lead the Tigers 4-1. Rays lead the Orioles 16-4 in the bottom of the 6th. Reds lead the Phillies 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Marlins lead the Braves 12-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Mets lead the Nationals 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Red Sox lead the Royals 3-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Twins lead the Astros 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Brewers lead the Cubs 5-0 in the top of the 5th. Rangers and the Rockies are no score in the bottom of the 1st. Coming up later is the Athletics and the Angels, Dodgers and Padres, Giants and D-backs, and the White Sox and Mariners. And since I know that we have a Game 7 tonight in the NHL, I'll give you guys an update on that. So right now, the Canadians lead 2-0 over the Buffalo Sabres in the second period. 12 minutes left to go. And we have an NBA scoreboard update as well, as tonight is game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The San Antonio Spurs currently have a 15-12 lead over the Thunder with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. So there's your update there on baseball, hockey, and basketball. Hopefully you guys are doing well tonight, as I'm doing well. Hopefully the Yankees can come back and win this game. Hopefully it's not a third loss in a row. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Yep. For anybody who's lost a pet, I apologize for that. I know pets are a very big deal to a lot of people. So anyone who's lost a pet, we feel sorry for your loss about that. I never really had a pet in my life. I've just had 2 goldfish. I've also taken care of a French bulldog, but you know how that ends up. Twisted and angry. 0-2 pitch coming up here on Jazz. 0-2 pitch coming up, and he fouls that one back. And the count is now remaining at 0-2. 0-2 pitch coming up to Jazz. The pitch way inside, had to move out of the way of that one. And the count is now 1-2. Jake says, I'm an OKC fan, so as long as OKC finds a way to win, I can swallow the Yankees' loss. Yes, I'm either rooting for OKC or San Antonio to win. Sorry for any Knicks fans out there. I'm not rooting for them to win. So either OKC or San Antonio winning would be a win for me. All right. 1-2 pitch coming up here to Jazz. The pitch outside, and the count is now 2-2 on Jazz. Sorry to hear that, Cruz. Sorry to hear about that. Apologize for your dog passing away. Apologize for that. 2-2 pitch coming up to Jazz. The pitch line to right field. That's a base hit. Wow, nice piece of hitting by Jazz as he took a high and inside fastball and just lined it to right field. He was able to get on top of that. Line drive into right field for a base hit for Jazz. The Yankees have a leadoff single. All right. I guess this has turned into a pet show animal channel. Anthony Volpe coming up to hit. Here comes the pitch. Down low, missed with a sinker, and the count is 1-0 here on Volpe. 1-0. I guess we can turn this channel now into the Westminster Dog Show. 1-0 pitch to Jazz. 1-0 pitch to Volpe. It's fouled away, and the count is now 1-1. 1-1 here on Volpe. 1-1. Yep. Definitely. When you have had a pet for a long time, they become part of your life. And you definitely are attached to them 100%. The pitch to Volpe is outside. He checked his swing, and he did go around on a check swing outside slider. So the count is now 1-2. 1-2 here on Anthony Volpe here, who has 2 hits tonight in his Yankee Stadium debut. The 1-2 pitch from Fisher. He's going to check on Jazz at first base. He gets back in there safely. 100%, Richard. I 100% agree on that statement right there. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. The pitch inside. And the count is now 2-2 on Volpe. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2 here on Volpe. 2-2 pitch coming up. Here comes the 2-2 on the way. The pitch from Fisher is fouled away by Volpe, and the count is now remaining here at 2-2. 2-2. 2-2 pitch coming up here to Anthony Volpe. 2-2. The pitch to Volpe. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball, and there's one away here in the bottom of the 6th. One away. 2-2. Volpe strikes out here. So Volpe is now 2 for 3 on the night. And that will bring up Max Schumann, who has 2 walks on the day. Runner on first base is Jazz Chisholm, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. The first pitch, and Jazz is going to get back in there safely. So Jazz gets back in there safely. And there is 1 out here. Bottom of the 6th inning, runner on first base. Max Schumann is up at the plate. Toronto has a 5-3 lead. The first pitch from Fisher, and he's going to check on Jazz again at first base. Dives back in there safely. So the next throw you make over there, Fisher, you're going to have to get Jazz or else it will be a balk. The pitch to Schumann is in there for a called strike with a slider, and the count is 0-1 here on Schumann. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Schumann. The pitch, a little bit down low, missed with the slider, and the count is now 1-1. 1-1 here on Schumann. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Schumann. The pitch hit in the air to left or to right field, but it's going to go foul out of play. And so the count is now 1-2 here on Schumann. 1-2. One and two count here on Schumann. 1-2. The pitch from Fisher. Hit up the middle. And nice diving play by the shortstop. He goes to second for 1, back to first. And he's safe at first base. Great play by the diving shortstop in Ernie Clement, who got the out at second, but not in time to get Schumann at first base. So runner on first and 2 outs here for the Yankees in the bottom of the 6th. Runner on first and 2 outs, as that will bring up J.C. Escara, unless they decide to go with Austin Wells. Okay, Wendy, have a great night. Hope to see you again soon, and have a great night. Thank you, Wendy, for being here. And here comes John Schneider as he's going to take the ball here from the reliever Braden Fisher, as they're going to go to the bullpen here. Coming up for the Yankees will be J.C. Escara, Paul Goldschmidt, and Ben Rice here. But we'll see who the Blue Jays put into their – we'll see who the Blue Jays put in the game right now, as Toronto is making a change to their bullpen. See who comes in here for Toronto. Currently, Toronto have a 5-3. Toronto has a 5-3 lead on the Yankees. Yankees need to try to earn their way back in this one. You know, facing Toronto is never easy. Let's see. Well, overall, what are you guys feeling right now? How do you feel about the game? How do you feel about the Yankees? Do you believe that they can come back and win this game tonight? Or are you guys in a doom and gloom state of mind right now? Yeah, I agree with that, Jake. Right now, they are in a ton of trouble. They're going to be in even more trouble if they don't start playing a lot better. Even though, I mean, we talked about this before with Michael Barrett, is that the season moves by very quickly. And even though you could be in a hole, you could be down 3 games in the division, you could be down 10 games. It's still a very long season. You still have a long ways to go in the season. However, if you don't get your act together quickly, teams are going to notice that. Teams are going to notice that you're not playing very well. Teams are going to notice what you're not doing very well as far as your weaknesses. They're going to see different patterns. And they're going to notice, you know, how to attack you in different ways. They're going to know how to sort of put their foot down and say, okay, this is how we beat this team, and this is how we're going to make them stay where they are in the division and not let them back in. So currently right now, the Yankees just have to take it game by game, pitch by pitch, and that's what we're here to do tonight in the play-by-play. Coming in for Toronto right now is going to be the left-handed reliever Adam Mako. Adam Mako is coming into pitch I believe this is his first appearance here in the majors for Toronto this year. He was born in Slovakia. So lefty on lefty matchup here. Mako to Escara. The first pitch is swung on and missed by Escara, and the count is 0-1. Okay, this guy's making his major league debut, and I would assume that you should have a good approach here against Mako. It's his first couple of innings that he's going to pitch here for Toronto, so have a patient approach and try to hit something, try to make contact here. 1-1 pitch coming up from Mako. The pitch from Mako, the pitch in there with a curveball for a called strike on the inside corner. And the count is 1-2 here on Escara. The fact that they put him in here to face Escara speaks pretty lowly on the Yankees' bottom half of the lineup. Have to say that. 1-2 count here on Escara. The pitch from Mako. Grounded slowly, but right to first base. And Guerrero makes the play. He steps on first base for the out. So the Yankees leave one man on base. They don't score. Toronto leads 5-3. We're going to go to the top of the 7th inning. And Toronto comes up with a 5-3 lead once again. Coming up for Toronto is going to be Brandon Valenzuela, Davis Schneider, and George Springer. Coming up for the Blue Jays here in the top of the 7th inning. Are Boone and Judge motivating this team at all? I don't see any fire in this team. They just look pathetic out there. Yeah, that's a good question. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer. I do hope that they're motivating the team behind the scenes, but on the field, it looks like they're not doing anything inspiring at all. This is where the criticism of Judge comes in as a leader, as a captain. He might be motivating them behind the scenes, but if you're not doing it if you're not holding them accountable on the field, then there is a problem there. I do want to see better leadership here, and just telling these guys to get it together, being more communicative to these players, and just all about making the adjustments. If they're not necessarily being the essential rah-rah guys, the essential, talk out of your ass type of guys, then that's fine. Just prove it on the field. Be an example on the field. That's all we want to see. And have open communication to your players. Be honest with how they need to adjust to certain aspects of the game as well. They don't have to be this rah-rah sort of leaders. They can just tell these players what they need to do to improve, and that's what we'd be happy about. But the results are coming on the field. Everything is going to have to be through the results on the field. And that's where we want to see the results come in, not really behind the scenes or in the locker room, in the clubhouse, because we pay to see the team perform on the field. That's what we pay to see. And we want to see this team do a lot better with their performance on the field. Yep. Again, knowing you have 2 outs there, why not move Jazz there to get momentum? I agree. So here is Paul Blackburn back out to face Valenzuela. The first pitch is fouled away. And the count is 0-1 here on the catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. He broke his bat there, so he's going to get a new bat. Yep, Charles, I agree. Right now there's no fire on the team. I agree. They need to create their own fire, nonetheless. I mean, they all say in the post-game press conferences that they need to play a lot better. Well, where's the evidence? I mean, right now you're down 5-3. We need to see this team perform a lot better than what they have been. We want to see it. I'd like to see them show a little bit more energy as well. They've shown energy when they've been on base, but they just need that more consistency. All right, here is the 0-1 pitch. And it is in there for a called strike, 0-2 on Valenzuela. 0-2 here from Blackburn. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Blackburn fires, and the pitch is lined into right field, and that is a foul ball. It just missed the foul line there in right field. It just missed. Just missed to the right of the foul line there in right field, and the count is remaining here at 0-2. Want to welcome Denrail fans. Hey, Denrail fans, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Please like and subscribe if you have not to the channel. We stream all the Yankee games here, do play-by-play analysis and a lot of other stuff, so welcome to the channel. The 0-2 pitch is high and away, and the count is now 1-2. 1-2 here on Valenzuela. Hey, we got Billo here. What's up, Billo? Welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you in about a decade. What's going on? The 1-2 pitch is down low, and the count is now 2-2 on Valenzuela. 2-2. I know, Jake. I know there's a lot of problems with this team. A lot of issues with this team. A lot of issues. The pitch, line to left field. That's going to be a base hit in front of Schumann. And there's a leadoff single there for Brandon Valenzuela, the catcher. Yep, I'm getting a little bit pissed off myself, you know. Getting a little mad right now. Watching this team just continue to lose in their own continuous ways here. Not a fun thing that you want to see. Frustrated, yeah. Not as frustrated as I am, as you are, donkey. As Chef Gordon Ramsay would say there in Hell's Kitchen to Giovanni, the Italian stallion. Here is Piñano. Sounds like a Spanish parade party. First pitch is a little bit outside, and the count is 1-0. 1-0 here on Piñano. Looks like something that you would write in VHL in a Spanish class. Piñano. The 1-0 pitch coming up. The pitch up and away, and the count is 2-0. 2-0 here on Piñano, and Blackburn is at 16 pitches here. This is what happens when you wear out the bullpen too early in the year, is now you have to use Paul Blackburn in this situation. The 2-0 pitch in there for a called strike to Piñano, and the count is 2-1. 2-1 here. 2-1 here on Piñano. The pitch fouled away by Piñano, and the count is now 2-2. 2-2. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Trying to do my best here. Even when the team is losing, you can still have a little fun and do a little comedy hour. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed by Piñano. He strikes out on a changeup there from Blackburn, and there's one away in the top of the seventh. One away. Here is George Springer now up to bat, who has a solo home run tonight, because of course he does. Likes to kill the Yankees in any way that he can. The pitch to Springer is lined, but it's right at Goldschmidt. He makes the play. He throws to second, onto one, back to first. And it's a nice double play there. A 3. Looks like that was a 3-4-1 double play, as that was Goldschmidt at first base, on to second to Anthony Volpe, and then back to first to Paul Blackburn. So a 3-4-1 double play there for the Yankees, as the Blue Jays are retired, and will go to the bottom of the seventh inning. The Yankees are trailing 5-3. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the seventh is going to be Paul Goldschmidt, Ben Rice, and Aaron Judge. So top 3 hitters in our lineup. Let's hope that we can get something going. Tonight, of course, the Yankees are honoring John Sterling with a patch that they are introducing tonight, of course. So they're wearing that patch tonight and probably for the rest of the season as well. So hopefully they can come back and rally in his spirit. That would be nice. So thank you guys for being here. Chef Nick talking about food, of course. That's what he is. He's a chef. What do you expect him to talk about? Billo said, she stole my phone and dropped it in the freaking hot tub, D. That's why I sound like a... All right. Do not use anything granulated. They'll clump up. Always use it in the sauce. Chef Nick, today Jason and I actually went to a Asian store food market. We went to an Asian store food market. We got some of those rice cakes. We got some shrimp shumai. We got some chicken dumplings as well. So it was great. They have a couple of local Asian stores near where we live. And so that's where we got some Asian items today. Always like those rice cakes. Those that you see at the Chinese food store restaurant, like Yunnan Taste, are always the best. Yeah, David. Yep. Patel Brothers. Yeah. I've never actually been there, but I'm sure they have good stuff too. So thank you guys for being here. Yankees down 5-3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So coming up again is Paul Goldschmidt, Ben Rice, and Aaron Judge here in the bottom of the 7th. Yep. If you guys like to do some fusion with your cooking, like to do some fusion, just don't do Mexican and French. You know, that's something that Vinny Accardi would choose. So, yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Even during the Yankees' recent struggles, we can still talk about anything you guys would like. Again, I appreciate Michael Barrett coming on the stream earlier. You guys were very respectful to Michael Barrett and interactive with him. And he did a great job of being an analyst here on the play-by-play while I was calling the game. Well, hopefully the Yankees can get something going and rally back in this one. And it's pretty much going to have to come down to the top of the lineup here. The first, I would say, 5 hitters in this lineup, because otherwise you're not getting much production. You're not getting much from the bottom of this lineup currently. So Ryan Weathers did have a good night tonight. He had 7 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 5 runs, no walks. Paul Goldschmidt tonight, 2 for 2 with a double, a home run. Also had a walk, 2 RBIs. So Paul Goldschmidt has been the MVP tonight so far for the Yankees. Might want to keep him in that leadoff spot. He's going to lead off here in this bottom of the 7th against Mako. The first pitch to Goldschmidt is a swing and a miss on his slider, and the count is 0-1. Spurs up 36-29. Thank you, Cruz, for the update. The 0-1 pitch to Goldschmidt. The pitch outside, and the count is now 1-1 here on Goldschmidt. 1-1. Cruz, you got the score of the hockey game, or if not, I can check that. The 1-1 pitch coming up to Goldschmidt. The pitch in there for a called strike on the inside corner with a fastball, and the count is 1-2. Score of the hockey game is 2-1 Canadians lead in the second period. Of course, that's a Game 7 scenario there for the NHL playoffs. The 1-2 pitch to Goldschmidt is hit on the ground, but right to Guerrero at first base. And he steps on first base to beat Goldschmidt, and there's one out here in the bottom of the 7th. Good piece of hitting by Goldschmidt. He tried taking it to right field. However, Guerrero was played perfectly for the first out. If you guys did not see last night, the Cavaliers defeated the Pistons in 7 games. So the Cavaliers will face off against the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Our other colleague here in the channel, Jason, will be calling some of those Knicks games. So stay tuned for that. Here comes Ben Rice. The first pitch is down low and away. And the count is 1-0 here on Rice. 1-0. Yeah, D-Rod, those two cuisines do not mix. They do not mix together. The 1-0 pitch coming up to Rice. The pitch outside, and the count is now 2-0. It's like that situation where Vinny and Trev were in the hot tub, and Russell came out and asked them what they were doing. Those two fusions do not mix. The 2-0 pitch here to Rice. The pitch in there for a called strike, hit the bottom of the strike zone, and the count is 2-1. Good evening to Texas Hockey Cards. How you doing, Texas Hockey Cards? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. The 2-1 pitch, and Rice swings and misses over the top of a curveball, and the count is 2-2. 2-2 on Rice. Judge is coming up next. Warming up at the Blue Jays bullpen is Yariel Rodriguez. 2-2 count here on Rice, facing off against the lefty Mako, who's making his major league debut today. The 2-2 pitch. Rice takes this one down low in the dirt, and the count is now full, 3-2. 3-2 here on Ben Rice. Would love a base runner right now. Three and two. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Rice. Mako fires, and the pitch is fouled away by Rice, right behind the screen there behind the plate. And the count remains full, 3-2. My prediction with the Spurs series is that the Spurs are going to win in 7. That's my prediction. Wemby and the Spurs are going to get it done. The 3-2 pitch to Rice. Line to right field, but right there to make the catch is Piñano. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 away here, bottom of the 7th inning. Rice hit that one hard, but unfortunately it was right at Piñano. And so that will do it for Mako today. Good debut for him against the Yankees. Of course, the Yankees can't do anything off of him. Why am I surprised? The Yankees wouldn't be able to do anything off of a plumber in his late 60s. So that will bring up Aaron Judge at the plate. However, the Blue Jays are going to make a pitching change here. Looks like Yariel Rodriguez is going to come in for Toronto. Yariel Rodriguez coming in for the Blue Jays. And the Yankees are going to have to find a way now to get runners on and score against Rodriguez, who is much tougher. So we'll see what happens, but I appreciate you guys otherwise for being here today. Let's see what's going on around the league a little bit. Mets are still leading the Nationals 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Red Sox lead the Tigers 3-1, going to the top of the 9th. And so those are the 2 scores otherwise going on in the AL East tonight. The Baltimore Orioles are currently down to the Rays 16-6. So as well as this game holds up as what it's looking like right now, if it holds up in the same fashion, the Rays will have a 4-game lead on the Yankees, and the Blue Jays will inch that much closer to second place. Can't always count out the Blue Jays just yet. The Blue Jays are always a tough team. They have pitching. They have a good, well-constructed lineup. And when their guys come back from injury, you can definitely expect them to be a very tough team to face when they have all their guys healthy. So you got to watch out for them as well. Once again, when it comes to the summer months, when it comes to later on in the year, can't ever count them out. And if they do win this series against the Yankees, then they do gain on them each game that they win. So you have to be very, very cautious of that and try to win every game that you can. Okay. Yep. Right now, this team is very, very lost. Not good at all. The pitch to Judge outside, and the count is 1-0. Yep. Team right now is not the best. But don't worry. No worries. Have no fear. NY Yankee Mania is here. The 1-0 pitch to Judge. It's outside, 2-0. Whether this team is performing very well or they're performing badly, don't worry. We're always going to be here. Give you guys all the action so that you guys have a safe space to let out your thoughts and feelings respectively. Anything said here is welcome. We just ask that you do not curse, no religion or politics, and that you keep a steady, mainly focus on the game as Aaron Judge takes a called strike and the count is 2-1. 2-1 here on Aaron Judge. The 2-1 pitch is fouled away, and the count is now 2-2. 2-2 here on Aaron Judge here. Yes. Here we call things the way that we see it. If the team is performing well, I'll give them credit. If they're not performing well, I'll call them out. The 2-2 pitch to Judge. Lined left field. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to one hop against the wall in left field. Judge is going to round first, but he's going to stay right there as that ball was hit so hard off the wall that Judge couldn't even advance to second. That ball was hit with an exit velo of 110 miles an hour. So Aaron Judge gets on base with a 2-out single there against Toronto. So runner on first base and 2 outs for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 7th. As that will now bring up Cody Bellinger, who has a chance to tie this one up. The pitch to Bellinger outside, and the count is 1-0 here. Yep. Seems like the June swoon has come a little bit early this year for the Yankees. It's a little bit surprising, but against better competition, they need to play a lot better. No doubt about that. I mean, we even said it. They need to show it against good teams. They still need to. The pitch against Bellinger is fouled away, first base side, out of play. So the count remains here. It goes to 1-1. 1-1 here on Bellinger. 1-1 on Belly. Yankees looking to tie things up here against Toronto. Fernando Cruz is warming up in the bullpen. The 1-1 pitch coming up. Rodriguez fires, and the pitch is hit in the air, deep center field, going back on the warning track of the wall. It is gone. Cody Bellinger tie things up with a 2-run home run. Yankees tie it up here against Toronto. The score is now 5-5. There we go, guys. Cody Bellinger hits a 402-foot home run to dead center field. Yankees tie the game up at 5 apiece. Well, we know Bellinger has been one of the Yankees' most productive hitters this season, and that was a good pitch by Rodriguez. It was a well-located changeup on the bottom of the zone, but Bellinger gets enough of it and keeps his power back and just releases it out on that ball, drives it to center field, and hits a game-tying home run. So a great piece of hitting there from Bellinger, gets all of that one. Lands there into the Yankees bullpen there in center field. It actually hit the top of the wall and carried over the fence. So Varsho tried to rob that one, but it was a little bit out of his reach. Varsho actually tried to reach for it, but it hit the other side of the wall. So Varsho unable to get that. It went a little bit to the left of him. And so the game is now tied up at 5. Grisham is up at bat right here. Grisham is going to take the at-bat here in place of Ahmed Rosario. Or, no, I think it's Max Schumann. Here comes the 1-0 pitch here to Grisham. The 1-0 pitch up high. And the count is now 2-0 on Grisham. 2-0. Let's go, Yankees Groovy Alien. There we go. There we go, Yankees Groovy Alien. You called that one. They got the blast that you were looking for. So the pitch to Grisham is in there for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1 here. 2-1 on Grisham. 2-1. Great piece of hitting from Bellinger. That was a split finger in the bottom of the zone. It didn't move at all. The pitch to Grisham down low in the dirt, and the count is now 3-1. 3-1 here. Oh, so Grisham here pinch hitting for Ahmed Rosario. Grisham pinch hitting here for Ahmed Rosario. So Grisham with his 166 batting average here facing off against Rodriguez. 3-1 pitch upcoming here to Rodriguez. Here comes the pitch. A little bit down low, but the umpire calls it a strike, as I think Grisham should have used his challenge on that. So the count is now full 3-2 here on Grisham. 3-2 count on Grisham. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Goldschmidt has had a great night tonight. Led off the game with a solo home run to put the Yankees up 1-0. And Bellinger has just tied it. The pitch to Grisham. Outside, ball 4. He walked him. Grisham works a walk in his first step out of the night. Pinch hitting for Ahmed Rosario. And so now the Yankees have a runner on first base with 2 outs. Runner on first and 2 outs here against the Blue Jays here. Looks like Jeff Hoffman is warming up for the Blue Jays in their bullpen. So now that the Yankees have tied things up, let's get excited again. We can be happy. Yankees have a great chance of now winning this game. I feel it. I feel it in my bones, yeah. Feel it in my bones, yeah. They can win this game. Yankees can win this one tonight, guys. I do feel good about it. Five game here in the Bronx. Bellinger hits a 2-run home run, ties up things here. 5-5. Rodriguez is still in the game. Jazz Chisholm is coming up to bat with a runner on first base and 2 outs. Varsho nearly robbed that one. Yes, he did. Almost robbed that one, Damon. Yep. Luckily, he did not, as it hit off the top of the wall and over. Here comes the first pitch to Jazz. The pitch from Rodriguez. Down low for a ball, and the count is now 1-0 here on Jazz. 1-0. Come on, Jazz. Let's get a big hit here. Jazz has hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight. The 1-0 pitch here to Jazz. The Rodriguez fires pitch outside. Looks like Grisham is going to go to second base. He's going to steal it successfully. Grisham steals second base successfully. Wow. Grisham gets into second base. He with some aggressive base running there. He got a good jump and he was able to steal the base. So good aggressive base running there from Grisham, getting into scoring position, giving Jazz an opportunity to drive in a 2-out run. 2-0 pitch coming up here from Rodriguez to Jazz. And here we go. The pitch in there for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1 here on Jazz. 2-1. Yes, D-Rod, that was a great at-bat from Grisham. It was, for sure. 2-1 pitch upcoming here from Rodriguez. Grisham leads off the second. There we go. The pitch from Rodriguez. Jazz hits this one in the air to left field, down the line, and it's a foul. No! It hit the foul pole. It hit the foul pole. Oh, my God. Jazz Chisholm hits the foul pole in left field, and it's a 2-run home run. By the way that they showed that angle, it looked like it was going foul, but the ball hit the foul line, hit the foul pole in left field. It's a home run for Jazz. Yankees take a 7-5 lead. I told you guys, I do feel it. I felt it. Can you feel it coming? Oh, feel it coming. I feel it coming. I did feel that one coming. Jazz hits a 2-run home run off the left field foul pole, just like Aaron Judge did last year against the Blue Jays in the ALDS. Yankees have a 7-5 lead. Here comes Anthony Volpe. The pitch is a bunt attempt, and he fouls it away. Count is 0-1. So Jazz hits a 2-run home run unexpectedly there. Hit the foul pole in left field. One of the crazier home runs you're ever going to see there in Yankee Stadium from Jazz. Last time I saw him hit a home run to the opposite field, I feel like I was watching SpaceX. There's Jimmy Fallon in the stands. Here comes the pitch to Volpe. And he hits this one in the air to right field. But right there, under it, making the catch is the right fielder. He'll put it away. So the Yankees score 4 runs in the inning. They take a 7-5 lead. And we'll go to the top of the 8th inning. The Blue Jays are coming back up here. Still never count out the Blue Jays. They are a tough, pesky team that can come back in this one within a blink of an eye. Yes, Damon, that was actually gone. That was actually a home run. So coming up here for Toronto is going to be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Kazuma Akamoto, and Lenin Sosa. So those 3 hitters are coming up for Toronto right after the commercial break. We're going to the top of the 8th. Top of the 8th coming up. Let's see some other scores right now in the AL East right now. So the Red Sox are leading the Royals 3-1, and they actually just won that game. So the Red Sox won 3-1. The Rays defeated the Orioles 16-6. And of course, right now you're hearing the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Yankees up 7-5 in the top of the 8th inning, trying to end their losing streak. Let's see, the Mets and the Nationals are tied up at 5 apiece in the bottom of the 9th inning. So here we go. Are you guys excited here? We have actually a chance of winning this game. Yankees Gravilian was the one to call that home run for Cody Bellinger. And I told you guys that I had that good feeling that Jazz was going to do something. And he did hit that 2-run home run. 2 outs, yes, that's a great point. Yankees Gravilian. The Yankees have had good success hitting with 2 outs. A lot of their RBIs coming with 2 outs. But I do want to see them improve on situational hitting with less than 2 outs as well. So now this is going to be a big aspect in this game. How is the bullpen going to fare? Who's going to come in from the bullpen? Are we going to see Fernando Cruz? Are we going to see David Bednar tonight? Who are we going to see? And are they going to step up and play to their ability? Are they going to pitch to their ability tonight? Can the Yankees bullpen close it out against the Blue Jays? Can they do it? Coming in for the Yankees is going to be Fernando Cruz. So he's going to come in to face Guerrero Jr. leading off here in the top of the 8th. The first pitch to Guerrero is a fastball that misses a little bit inside, and the count is 1-0 here. 1-0. They keep showing the replay of Jazz's home run, and you could see Boone's reaction, just waiting for it. The pitch to Guerrero, down low for a ball, and the count is 2-0. So once again, falling behind hitters is not what you want to do here against the Blue Jays. The count is here 2-0. 2-0 against Vladdy. 2-0. And hey, Nathan, what's up? Yes, you came back at the right time. The Yankees have a 7-5 lead. Let's hope that they win this game. Here comes the pitch. Down low and away, and the count is now 3-0. So the last thing that you would want to do is walk the leadoff batter after your team puts up 4 runs to give you the lead. 3-0 here on Guerrero. The 3-0 pitch from Cruz. The pitch in there for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. 3-1. Yes, might be funny. 5 RBIs with 2 outs for sure. 3-1 pitch coming up to Guerrero. Cruz fires, and the pitch is up and in for ball 4. He missed with the sinker. So Cruz walks Guerrero to lead off the top of the 8th. Not what you want to do. Not at all. Not what you want to do there against Guerrero. So that will bring up Kazuma Okamoto here for Toronto. Okamoto coming up here for Toronto. Here comes the first pitch from Cruz. The pitch, swing and a miss on a slider. Count is 0-1. 0-1 here on Okamoto. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Cruz. He fires, and the pitch is taken for a ball down low. And the count is now 1-1. 1-1 here on Okamoto. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Cruz to Okamoto. The pitch in there for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. 1-2 on Okamoto. 1-2. Cruz looking to get the job done for the Yankees tonight. The 1-2 pitch coming up. The pitch struck him out swinging on a nasty splitter. Nice pitch there from Cruz. He gets the first out of the inning with a strikeout on Okamoto. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. 1 away. 1 away here for the Blue Jays in their half of the 8th. 7-5 Yankees lead here. And that will bring up Andres Jimenez, who's pinch hitting for Lennon Sosa. So Andres Jimenez is going to come in here to pinch hit. Cruz kicks and deals the pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 here on Jimenez. 0-1. Now once again, Yankees lead 7-5. And Jazz and his rap albums are celebrating right now as he hit his Jazz hit his that was Jazz's 5th home run of the season. So he and his rap albums are happy that he hit his 5th home run of the year. The 0-1 pitch on Jimenez. The pitch fouled away, and the count is 0-2. 0-2 here on Jimenez. 0-2. O2 pitch coming up here from Cruz to Jimenez. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. The pitch just got a piece of it to stay alive. Fouls it away. And the count remains here at 0-2 on Jimenez. 0-2. Thank you, Charles. Thank you very much for supporting the stream tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you. Looking forward to the next history show that yourself and Sean will be doing. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Cruz. The pitch misses down low with a splitter, and the count is now 1-2. 1-2 here on Fernando Cruz, 1-2 here on Andres Jimenez. 1-2. 1-2 here. Here comes the 1-2 pitch here from Cruz. The pitch fouled away, first base side out of play. And the count here remains at 1-2 on Jimenez. 1-2. It will be coming up. Okay. Thank you, Charles. Looking forward to it whenever you guys announce the next date. Looking forward to that. Dalton Varsho is on deck. Brent Hedrick is warming up in the Yankees bullpen. 1-2 pitch coming up from Cruz to Jimenez. The 1-2. The pitch from Cruz. Swing and a miss. He struck him out swinging on a nasty splitter, and there are 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. Nice pitch from Cruz once again. Went with that splitter, and the drop of that splitter is crazy. It goes from a very high point to a very low point in the strike zone. So a very nasty pitch from Fernando Cruz. 2 strikeouts on the splitter, and that will bring up Dalton Varsho. The pitch, swing and a miss on a splitter again, and the count is 0-1 here on Varsho. 0-1. 0-1 here on Varsho. 2 outs, runner on first. Cruz looking to get out of it. The pitch in the dirt gets away a little bit from Mascara, but there's no advancement by Guerrero. And the count is now 1-1 here on Varsho. 1-1 here on Varsho with Guerrero at first. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Yankees have a 7-5 lead. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Cruz. Here we go. The pitch outside, missed with the splitter that time, a little bit off the plate there in the other batter's box. So the count here is 2-1 on Varsho. 2-1. 2-1 on Varsho. The 2-1 pitch from Cruz. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with another splitter there at 80 miles an hour. And the count is now 2-2. 2-2 count on Varsho. Top of the 8th, 2 outs. Yankees have a 2-run lead, 7-5. Big night here in the Bronx. Big game for the Yankees. Hopefully they can secure it. 2-2 pitch coming up. Varsho calls his timeout, so we'll wait a second. 2-2 pitch coming up here from Cruz to Varsho. Big pitch coming up. The 2-2 pitch from Cruz. The 2-2 pitch. The pitch Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Used up the whole time there on the pitch clock. And Varsho strikes out on another splitter there. That one went from being in the middle of the zone to diving down and hitting the dirt there. So a great splitter there from Fernando Cruz. He gets 3 strikeouts, all 3 of them coming via the splitter as he strikes out the side. Yankees have a 7-5 lead, and they'll take it to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Yankees have a 7-5 lead. Coming up for the Yankees will be Max Schumann, J.C. Escara, and Paul Goldschmidt. So there we go. Fernando Cruz puts out the Blue Jays there. And hopefully the Yankees can hold on to this game, as I don't know who we're going to see in the 9th. Will it be Hedrick? Will it be Bednar? Will Cruz possibly come out again? We're going to see. I think it will depend ultimately on the matchups that the Blue Jays run out there, because they've been mixing and matching a little bit with their hitters who they have decided to come in, as far as like pinch hitters go, as far as if they wanted to put in lefties or righties. I think it'll depend on which substitutions they'll make as far as who they want to put into their lineup. So we'll see about that. But first, we'll see if the Yankees can tack on some more runs here going to the bottom of the 8th, as Max Schumann will lead it off. So we'll see about that. Yeah, Charles, I don't really want to see Bednar either. I don't really want to see him either. I think he should take a day off today. I think you can save him for tomorrow. If Cruz is looking good, I think you can save him for another day. I don't think there's any point in rushing him back tonight, putting him in. But ultimately, I just want to thank you guys for being here again tonight. 3rd straight night in a row that I am calling the game. Of course, Saturday night, it was awesome doing it with Jason and Chef Nick. And then, of course, yesterday calling the Mets game, even though it wasn't the best game of ours for the Yankees, it was a lot of fun calling it. And today I'm having fun too as well. Want to thank Michael Barrett for joining me on the stream earlier today, as we had a nice conversation there as I was calling the game. He provided some great analysis for you guys in the chat, and it was a lot of fun. Here comes Max Schumann up to hit. The first pitch is up high and inside, and the count is 1-0 here. So Jeff Hoffman is coming into the game for Toronto. He has a 6.05 ERA, 19 1/3 innings pitched. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. The pitch in there for a called strike on Schumann, and the count is now 1-1. 1-1 here on Schumann, who was 0 for 1 tonight with a couple of walks. And David Bednar is warming up in the bullpen. We'll see if he puts them to bed. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss by Schumann, and the count is 1-2. 1-2 count here on Max Schumann. 1-2. Bottom of the 8th inning. Nobody out, nobody on. 1-2 count on Schumann. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. The pitch taken down low for a ball, and the count is now 2-2 on Schumann. 2-2. Schumann coming into today with a .231 batting average, no home runs and 1 RBI. The 2-2 pitch coming up from Hoffman. And Schumann's going to take his time out here, so we'll wait a second to do the 2-2 pitch. There you see Boone talking to Fernando Cruz there on the dugout. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. The pitch outside, and the count goes full, 3-2. I will give Schumann credit here tonight. He's doing a great job at working pitches, working counts, taking a lot of pitches. The pitch to Schumann is hit up the middle, and that's a base hit. Base hit there, leadoff single for Schumann. Or there it is. There's a leadoff single there for Schumann in the bottom of the 8th. So the Yankees have a leadoff base runner here. Hopefully that will spark a rally in the bottom of the 8th. Damon, why is Bednar in the pen? I mean, this is usually what Boone does. Boone likes giving guys more opportunities to bounce back. So I think that's why they want to give Bednar another chance tonight. They don't want to give him the signal that he's not going to be the ultimate closer for this team. I think they want to use him effectively here. Here comes Escara up the bat. The first pitch is in there for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Yes, mighty funny. Great at bat. Great at bat there from Schumann. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Escara. Hoffman fires, and the pitch is taken down low. Schumann is going to take second base. He steals second base. Great jump and read from Schumann as that ball ultimately was in the dirt. Great read by Schumann as he steals second base. Yankees are very aggressive tonight on the base pass. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Hoffman. Now, this is a great opportunity to get the runner over and score another run. The 1-1 pitch from Hoffman. Escara shows bunt, and he pops it up, and the ball's going to be caught there by the catcher, Valenzuela, as he dove and made the play. Escara attempts to bunt, but he pops it up, and Valenzuela makes a diving play to record the out. So there's one out here in the bottom of the eighth inning, and Schumann stays put at second base. Very unacceptable there from Escara. I mean, this catching situation is awful. Wells, Escara, it doesn't matter who you put in there. They're not going to do anything. I mean, I know Escara had that RBI sac fly earlier, but when you have a chance to tack on, you have to just lay down a successful bunt in that situation. The pitch to Goldschmidt is hit, but right to the shortstop Jimenez. He throws, and nice play there from Guerrero, reaching and making the play as he scooped the ball there, one hop off the ground. So 2 outs here, and the Yankees don't even advance the runner. 2 outs, runner on second here, and that will bring up Ben Rice here. Ben Rice coming up. I know, Charles. They can't even lay a bunt down. I know. So here is Ben Rice to face Hoffman. The first pitch to Rice swung on and missed on a slider, and the count is now 0-1. Yep. Ben Rice with a 300 batting average here. 0-1 pitch coming up to Rice. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. The pitch from Hoffman outside, and the count is now 1-1. 1-1 here on Ben Rice. 1-1. Yankees looking for another run here to tack on to their 7-5 lead in the bottom of the eighth. 2 outs, runner on second. The 1-1 pitch to Rice from Hoffman. The pitch a little bit low, as that one was definitely below the strike zone, but Valenzuela is going to challenge it for the Blue Jays. We'll see what ABS shows, and the pitch is confirmed. It is a ball. Blue Jays lose their challenge, and the count is 2-1 here on Ben Rice. 2-1. Both teams have one challenge remaining tonight. Yeah, Charles, I'm a little bit surprised by that myself. I was thinking the Yankees may make that decision to put Wells in, but they did not. The 2-1 pitch here to Rice. The pitch swung on and missed on a slider, and the count is now 2-2. 2-2 here on Rice. 2-2. 2-2 count on Ben Rice right now. The 2-2 pitch to Rice coming up from Hoffman. The pitch down low, missed with a slider, and the count is now full 3-2. Good take there from Ben Rice as he laid off the slider. Count is full 3-2 here on Rice. Runner on second base is Max Schumann here with 2 outs. We need to rub the magic lamp, mighty. The 3-2 pitch to Rice. Pitch. Grounded foul outside of first. Yeah, Charles, we need to rub the magic lamp. We need to rub the magic disco ball. Just need to hope that the Yankees hold on and win this game. 3-2 pitch coming up here to Rice. Here comes the 3-2. Hoffman fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed by Rice. That was a nice high fastball from Hoffman. Gets Rice swinging, and the Yankees go down without scoring a run in that inning. So Yankees leave another man on base. What's new? 7-5 Yankees still lead. We're going to go to the top of the ninth. Coming up for Toronto is going to be Ernie Clement, Miles Straw, and Henry Valenzuela. Brandon Valenzuela. So Ernie Clement, Miles Straw, and Brendan Valenzuela coming up here for Toronto, as David Bednar is going to come in to attempt to save for the Yankees tonight. Let's hope that he does well and bounces back from yesterday. So right now the Mets are tied with the Nationals 5-5. See if I can get that game on and see what's going on. So the game right now in the Mets game right now, they're tied 5-5 in the bottom of the 10th. Nationals are looking to walk it off right now as Curtis Mead is up at bat against Huascar Brazoban. So I'll give you guys a little bit of Mets action tonight. Mets looking for their second or third win in a row. Runners have the Yankees left on base tonight. The Yankees tonight have left. Let's see, how many runners have they left on? The Yankees have left 7 runners on base. 7 runners on base, Charles. 7. The Yankees are 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and they have left 7 men on base. So not very good. And the Mets look like they're going to get an out at home plate. So there's 2 outs here for the Mets in the bottom of the 10th. 2 outs for the Mets. Bases remain loaded. 5-5 game. So how are you guys doing tonight? Thank you for being here. David Bednar coming in to pitch for the Yankees here, trying to get the save attempt against the Blue Jays tonight in the top of the 9th. Yesterday, of course, we know what happened against the Mets, but I believe he's going to bounce back tonight. I do believe that. I don't believe that people should be going necessarily crazy about him. He has been used a lot so far early this year. I'm sure the Yankees have worked on a lot of things with him, and as long as his command is there, he'll be fine. I don't necessarily think the execution of his pitches were bad yesterday. I just think that he just left one over the plate, and it was just a bad pitch there. I think that was execution-wise. That wasn't necessarily his stuff that was that bad, because he was doing pretty well before that. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Bednar, outside, and the count is 1-1. Just has to be careful with that curveball. Don't want to leave it over the plate again. But I still believe that his stuff is good enough to play with the Yankees. I certainly do. The 1-1 pitch coming up from Bednar to Clement. Pitch up high, and the count is 2-1 here. 2-1. Damon says the LIRR, Long Island Railroad, reached a deal, and the strike is over. Awesome. Hopefully that will lower costs for you guys, transportation-wise. New Jersey Transit. The pitch is inside on Clement, and the count is 3-1. 3-1 here on Clement. 3-1. Three and one here on Clement. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch here to Clement. The pitch is popped up and out of play. Yes, it will go out of play. It will go out of play. The count is now full 3-2. Yeah, Charles. I mean, I'm not saying that he's been awesome this year, but I still believe he's serviceable. I still think he can be the guy to close out games for us. I still believe that. 3-2 pitch coming up here from Bednar to Clement. The 3-2 pitch from Bednar. The pitch fouled away by Clement. He stays alive, and the count remains full 3-2. 3-2. Yep, I feel your guys' anxious. I feel your guys' anxious energy right now. I'm definitely feeling that. The 3-2 pitch from Bednar. The pitch up high and inside. He walked him. So Bednar puts the leadoff man here. He puts the leadoff man on here in Ernie Clement here. Runner on first base, nobody out for the Blue Jays. Never want to put the leadoff man on, as that will bring up Jesus Sanchez. as he's going to come up and pinch hit for Miles Straw with the righty and Bednar being in. So Bednar is going to face Jesus Sanchez. Ernie Clement is on first. Nobody out here in the top of the ninth. The Yankees looking to close this one out with Bednar. Bednar fires. The first pitch is swung on and missed by Sanchez. And the count is 0-1 here. 0-1 here on Jesus Sanchez. Need you guys to get excited. Get excited right now. Let's go. The 0-1 pitch. Well, if you want to get excited. Or if you would just want to stay negative, you can stay that way. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. I know some of you guys have my back. Let's go. Come on. 0-2 count right here. 0-2 count here on Jesus Sanchez. 0-2. 0-2. 0-2 count. Bednar ready to deal the 0-2 pitch. The 0-2. A little bit low, and the count is now 1-2. Count is 1-2 here. Count is 1-2 here on Sanchez. Let's go. 1-2 count here on Sanchez. The pitch up high on Sanchez, and the count is now 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. Aaron Boone's like, if you don't do the job, then I have nobody else that will. 2-2 pitch here to Sanchez. The pitch hit on the ground slowly, but foul out of play. Foul out of play. So the count remains here 2-2 on Jesus Sanchez. 2-2. 2-2 count here on Sanchez. Runner on first base. Nobody out here for Toronto. The 2-2 pitch. The set, the pitch. Grounded. Fair ball over the first baseman's head. Paul Goldschmidt. It's going to go down the right field line. Judge picks it up. Ernie Clement is going to round third. He's going to score. And he makes it a one-run game. And Jesus Sanchez has an RBI double. Oh, no. And now it's a one-run game. Yankees lead 7-6. Jesus Sanchez cuts the lead down to 1. It's 7-6. And as you guys might have saw right there, that was a middle splitter there from Bednar. And he just left it over the plate. It did not move that much. And that was a lucky bounce there for Sanchez. It went over Paul Goldschmidt's head. Nothing he could do about that. Clement scores from first. Blue Jays cut the lead down to 7-6. Runner on second base. Nobody out still for Toronto. And the ants are marching. Red and black and tan are waving. They all doing the same. They all doing the same way. This is how I calm myself down. All right, here comes Brandon Valenzuela up to hit. He shows bunt, but he doesn't lay it down. The first pitch was in there for a called strike. 0-1. 0-1 here. 0-1 here on Brandon Valenzuela. Runner on second base. Nobody out for Toronto. 7-6 lead for the Yankees. The 0-1 pitch outside. And the count is now 1-1 here on Valenzuela. 1-1. 1-1 here on Valenzuela. Come on, man. We don't need this tonight. The 1-1 pitch from Bednar. The pitch is a bunt attempt, but it's foul. Valenzuela unable to get the bunt down. He instead chops it foul. So the count is now 1-2. 1-2 here on Valenzuela. 1-2. 1-2. So what's going on in the basketball game? Spurs up by 5. Okay. Oh, come on, Bednar. You couldn't have just closed this game out respectively. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out swinging on a nice splitter there. Struck him out swinging on a splitter. 1 out. 1 out here. Come on, Bednar. Close this game so I can watch the rest of the hockey game. One out here in the bottom of the top of the ninth. One out in the top of the ninth inning. That was a better splitter there from Bednar. He got better movement on that one. And there's one out here in the bottom of the top of the ninth. Valenzuela's failure there was unable to get the bunt down. He was not able to get that bunt down, and that's what caused him to strike that to get that strikeout right there. He should have gotten that bunt down. So here comes Yohendrick Piñano. The first pitch was fouled away. The count is 0-1. 0-1 here on Piñano. The 0-1 pitch coming up from Bednar. Bednar looks at second. The pitch. Down low. Missed with a splitter. And the count is now even. 1-1. 1-1 here on Yohendrick Piñano with George Springer on deck. George Springer on deck here for the Blue Jays. They still have a runner on second base with one out here. 7-6 Yankees lead. The 1-1 pitch from Bednar. The pitch missed inside and down low. The count is now 2-1. 2-1 here. 2-1. Scary sights right now for the Yankees. Very scary. Very scary right now. 2-1 pitch coming up from Bednar to Piñano. The 2-1 pitch, Bednar is going to step off here. Look back at second base. No throw. So here we go. 2-1 pitch coming up from Bednar to Piñano. The pitch fouled away straight back by the screen, and the count is now even at 2-2 on Piñano. 2-2 count. Runner on second base. One out for the Blue Jays in the top of the ninth inning. Yankees lead 7-6. Come on, guys. Where are we when we need you? We need you guys right here, right now. Come on. The 2-2 fouled away, and the count remains now at 2-2 here. 2-2. 2-2 count. 2-2 count here on Piñano. 2-2. Big at bat right here. Appreciate you guys for being here tonight. 2-2 pitch coming up. The 2-2 pitch. Down low in the dirt. Nice block by Escara. Able to keep it within his range. Count is now 3-2. 3-2. 3-2 count. 3-2 count here on Piñano. Bednar at 23 pitches here on the top of the ninth. Not ergonomical like Chef Nick says. Not ergonomical at all. 3-2 pitch coming up. Here comes the 3-2. The pitch. Up high, ball four. He walked him. Piñano walks. And Bednar puts runners on first and second base with one out here. So what does Boone do? Does he stick with him? Looks like Matt Blake is going to come out and chat with him here. As here comes the demon, George Springer. George Springer, the demon, is going to come up here to hit for Toronto, who already has a home run tonight. So here comes George Springer, who is currently drawing a line in the batter's box right now, or to the right of the batter's box behind home plate. So we'll see what happens. George Springer coming up here against David Bednar with runners on first and second with one out here. Yankees lead 7-6. Springer 2 for 4 tonight, of course, with that home run. Here comes the first pitch from Bednar. The pitch is down low, and the count is 1-0 here. 1-0 here on Springer. 1-0. 1-0 here on Springer. Jesus Sanchez on second. Piñano is at first. The 1-0 pitch. Down low, and the count is 2-0. Brent Hedrick is warming up in the Yankees bullpen. The count is 2-0. And Paul O'Neill just said this is not good. And I have to agree with that. And the ants are marching. 2-0 count here on Springer. The 2-0 pitch from Bednar. Pitch up high and inside. And the count is 3-0. And Bednar is losing all sort of control tonight right now. Bednar is all over the place. He is losing more control than Chef Nick's ex-girlfriend. 3-0 count here on Springer. Bednar he's lost it. He's lost it, folks. Bednar is way out of control. Looks like he has lost all faith in his command tonight. 3-0 pitch coming up. The 3-0 pitch from Bednar. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Springer. He chased an outside splitter. That was not going to be a strike. Hopefully that gives Bednar a little bit more confidence. That splitter looks like the saving grace from Bednar tonight, if he can just execute it. 3-1 pitch coming up to Springer. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss again on a splitter. Count is now full, 3-2. 3-2 on Springer. Bednar has thrown 2 straight splitters. Will he go back to that again here on the 3-2? 3-2 pitch coming up here from Bednar. Come on. The 3-2. Bednar fires. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on 3 straight splitters. Down goes Springer. He strikes him out. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Yankees lead 7-6. Yankees just need 1 more out for the win tonight. Bednar might escape this jam here, as it looks like he lost all sort of control against Springer, but he comes back with 3 straight splitters and he strikes him out. He strikes him out. Come on, guys. Come on, let's go. And here comes Vladimir Guerrero Jr. against David Bednar here for the game. Yankees up 7-6, first and second, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. First pitch to Guerrero. Outside. Count is 1-0. 1-0 here on Guerrero Jr. 1-0. 1-0. Come on. Thank you, Damon. Thank you very much. 1-0 pitch coming up here from Bednar. The 1-0 pitch. A little bit down low. Missed with the splitter. The count is now 2-0. 2-0 on Guerrero. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0 here on Guerrero. The 2-0 pitch from Bednar. Swing and a miss on a curveball. The count is 2-1. Come on, guys. Forget about what happened yesterday. Just focus on what's going on right now. Let's go. Tired of seeing the same shit. Let's go. Come on. The 2-1 pitch coming up. The pitch fouled away, and the count is now 2-2. Let's go. Do we all want them to win or what? I feel like some of you guys just want them to lose just for your takes to be right. That's not the way it works. Be loud and be proud. Get up and stand tall for this team. Do you want them to win the World Series or not? Come on. 2-2 pitch coming up. Here we go. The 2-2. I'll certainly be negative if I have to. The 2-2 pitch is down low, missed inside, and the count is now 3-2. 3-2. 3-2 here on Guerrero. First and second, 2 outs. 3-2 pitch coming up. Sometimes it hits you in the field. We'll see. The 3-2 pitch coming up from Bednar. 3-2 pitch. Grounded. Right to Jazz at second base. He's going to go to first. In time. Ball game over. Yankees get the win 7-6. Bednar closes it out. It wasn't the prettiest sight, but David Bednar gets the job done for the Yankees tonight. He closes out the game against Toronto. The Yankees win 7-6. And there you go, guys. Yankees win 7-6 despite all the controversy surrounding the Yankees and the bullpen and Bednar. He gets it done. He battles down. He gets tough and dirty and gritty like a bulldog, and he gets it done tonight. Yankees win this one 7-6 on the first night that they honor John Sterling with the patch on their jerseys. They get the job done tonight. They win. And just want to thank everybody. Thank you for being here. What a game this was. A very up and down game. Yankees had the lead to start it off.
Is it over?
Yeah, it just ended.
The Mets game is in the 12th.
Oh, I'm almost done. So Bednar gets the job done tonight. It was a very up and down game. Yankees started out with the lead. Blue Jays took back the lead, but the Yankees never concealed. They always battled back, and that's what they've been doing all year. You cannot wreck them for that. They've always battled back, and they get the win tonight 7-6. So a big win for the Yankees. Even though the Rays did win, it still is a big win to hold off Toronto in the standings and to try to close the gap a little bit with the Rays. Even though they didn't do that, they still avoided from going down another game against them. So what a fun night this was, guys. I had a lot of fun doing it. And we'll see if Nathan's going to come back up. And we'll see. But no, thank you guys for being here. I had a lot of fun calling the game tonight. And just thank you guys very much. That was a great game. Your support is truly appreciated here on the channel. Everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for a great stream. Thank you for being here, Damon. Thank you guys for an awesome night. Appreciate it. And hey, Nathan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's go Yankees. And man, I got scary again there at the end. Boone needs to realize that Bednar, he struggled again yesterday. And then there's a reason why they brought up Cruz. We should have given him a chance to close out the game. And see what he got. I really want to see the new kid up on pitch today, but man, Bednar's Bednar's too inconsistent this season, guys, and he's giving us a scare right now, which I don't like. And but at least we got the win. This was a huge win for us, guys, and obviously home runs from Chaz, Cody Bellinger, everybody stepped up today, especially Chaz, and kudos to him. He hit his 6th home run, I think, this year, or 5th home run. Belly had his 6th. And those two were monster shots also. So it looked like the offense came out a little bit today, which is good. What's up, everyone in the chat? Damon, Charles, Joe, Corky. Shout out to everyone for supporting Evan into the chat. Evan did a great job. Always does a fantastic job doing the play-by-play. And thank you guys again for the stream. And obviously, like I said, big Yankee win. And please tune into our NY Sports Loudmouth show now. We're still live. They're talking about the UFC this weekend with Ronda and all. So go check that out. And stay tuned, guys, for more things. And and obviously go check. If you guys missed, go check out our client, Travis Hafner. He was on with Joe earlier this afternoon. Go check that out. If you guys missed it, that was awesome. Joe did a great job with Travis. And Travis really enjoyed the show this afternoon. So go check that out. And then Wednesday, we also booked our client, Paul Bacco, for Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And a lot more things coming up after that. And shout out to our other client, Michael Barrett, for joining tonight for Evan with Evan. So I think we're going to change this up a little bit, guys. And Joe, I think whenever there's like an important game that we like to circle for the Yankees, that's when my team and I will try and bring one of our clients to come on and do like a segment. So you know how these other like ESPN or WFAN, they do all that. They do all that, especially ESPN, when they bring in the guests or bring in the multiple players or whatever for a segment. So we're going to start doing that, guys, to make it more fun. I think that it's a great idea, especially when we're playing an important game. So I think we're going to start doing that. Evan and Jason and Chef Nick, whoever calls the game, I think we're going to start doing that to give it more flavor to the stream and play-by-play. But speaking of Chef Nick, I do see him on the bottom.
Oh,
he is the one and only chef. The one and only chef in the tri-state area, the Brooklyn area, the New York area, the New Jersey area, everywhere. He is everywhere. No matter what time of day, he makes his time to come on this stream. And we want to welcome in the one and only Chef Nick. Let's go. Yes.
Did you see my eyes? These are crazy eyes, baby.
Woo.
the ants are marching tonight, Chef, aren't they, huh? The ants are marching.
Into your soul, Evan and Nathan. I see you. I see you.
The ants are marching into Chef.
Hey, guys, sorry. I just had a moment right there. Absolutely.
we'll
Nathan,
have
always a
moments.
pleasure. Always a pleasure with your intro. I really love you, Evan. I love you too. No, really like that. I was gonna say not like that as a joke. No, I really love you guys like that. So there we go. Welcome, guys, to NY Mania after play-by-play hours. I love it, Evan. Oh, what a great type of play-by-play stream tonight. You rocked as always. You're always making me really turned on in a great way. I just want to say, look, you deserve it, man. You deserve it, especially with Michael Barrett, the Michael Barrett, and of course, Nathan. This guy right there always wants to bring our superstars on the channels because of him. Oh, my God. I got so turned on to when Michael Barrett said Joe and Chef Nick. It was just like, I don't know what to do about that. But the real stars of the show right now are Nathan and Evan. Evan, of course, 99.9%, just like Lysol, just to kill all the bacteria and germs on a toilet or a sink, whatever you want to call it. Nathan, of course, you always rock and roll with these guests. What a great concept that this was right now, especially with what played out with the play-by-play. I'm not saying with the game, of course, the Yankees won. I will get into that, but thank you guys very much. You guys, I don't know, man. You guys are like not even all-stars. You guys are just super all-stars. You guys are just like Mario Luigi all-stars. You guys are just like Nintendo 64 all-stars. I don't know. You guys are just the cream of the crop and crop of the cream. You guys always rock no matter what, and I love it. And this is why I am 42 years old, and I am learning from each and every one of these guys, and I am proud to say that I've learned everything from Evan and Nathan and Jason and even Joe on this channel. Thank you guys very much. You guys always rock. So, look, a pleasant surprise me being on. I don't think you guys were aware or if you have any dirty underwear, but Joe wanted me to make a surprise visit for you guys. So, of course, you probably know I was going to come on anyway, but welcome, guys. I want to hear about your story. How was your day? How was your days, guys?
Ooh, man, our day was good, busy.
Right.
Actually, the other show I work for, the NY Sports Lama show, they're still live. Actually, they're talking about the UFC, what happened this weekend. And guys, after this show, go over there, check that out. And unfortunately, our guest didn't show up tonight. Hopefully, we can reschedule with her, but we'll try and reschedule for that show. But yeah, our NY Sports Lama show is currently live, so please tune in after this. But yeah, our day was productive, and we had that meeting today, obviously, with my friend's location, 902 Brewery. A lot of things, a lot of great things are happening, so stay tuned there. And then obviously my team and I are booking more guests for this show, and a lot of things happening here and at my NIL company. So a lot of big things happening. So that's every day for me consists of meetings, and reaching out to people, or people reaching out to us, and obviously trying to book our clients for events, and it's a busy time. So there you go.
You do a great job, Nathan, of course, and
Absolutely.
I want to congratulate Jason too on getting the
Yeah,
Thunder job.
Yeah, so breaking news, guys.
Yeah.
Breaking news. So my team and I. So this would be my 5th year working with Trent Thunder. 5th year. They used to be the former Yankees farmhand, but now they're part of the MLB Draft League. So we were able to help Jason and Evan. And I don't know. We got to look for Evan thing, but
I'm still waiting on that, by the way. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Yeah,
we were able to get Jason's the full season of access for Trent Thunder games. So
wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Jason will be covering the Trenton Thunder starting in a month or two, so that's very fun.
You'll see Jason in the same press box as us. So
did Jason say thank you?
Yes.
You know what I got? I got an email about my blockchain account. That's what I got. That's all I got. Thanks, blockchain. I don't even need you anymore.
But let's see what happens. So I'm hoping Evan gets it too, so we can have the two brothers in
there. Congrats, baby. Congrats, Jason.
Yes.
And obviously, hopefully a few congrats to you, Evan, as well. Too,
oh, thank you, Chef.
Of course, absolutely. Look, I'm always going to stick around and say that you are my graduate. You will always be my graduate. You and Jason will be my graduated cylinders, my graduated rhombuses, whatever you guys want to be, shapes and sizes. It does not matter because you matter. And whatever shapes you identify as, It does not matter, because what matters right now is what we're talking about here in this moment. The future is there, the past is there, but the present is here right now. Of course, it's really hard to, and that's what she said, it's really hard to talk about pretty much what happened yesterday. But like what happened yesterday, I think that as painful as it is, it's almost like we just, it's almost like Jeffrey Dahmer devoured us and he buried us in a shallow grave, but we came back to life and we won against who? Who do you call it, Evan? What game did you call? I want to hear it from you. Who?
Well,
the Jays?
I called, the Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes, there we go.
We got that win tonight. Yes,
love it. I know. I'm only saying that because you know why? It's like the first game of the Blue Jays. It's very important because I said also to yesterday. Am I losing track of time?
Yesterday,
I was on yesterday. I was on the day before. Whatever days I was on, I don't know. I probably forgotten. But even so, I was like, look, after the Mets series, the Blue Jays are going to be an important type of series and a different type of series too. We took game one. People are like, oh, okay, we took game one. And because the Blue Jays are doing bad and whatever they're doing, just collapsing and stuff like that, I'm good with that. I'm good with the Blue Jays dying. I'm good with the Blue Jays being buried in a shallow grave, not existing, and coming up as the Montreal Expos again, resurrecting as the Montreal Expos. I don't care about the Blue Jays. They can die. They can burn in any type of whatever you believe in. But like I think right now that the what matters the most is that the Yankees did take advantage of them today. It was a close game, and it was a dangerously close game. And if it was the other way around, I would have had a different type of mood for your moods, for your foods, whatever you want to call it. But again, with this was very important for the Yankees to win, especially against the Blue Jays tonight. You just don't know how it's going to turn out in regards to that. Of course, we're going to get into the stats. We're going to get into all the at-bats, no matter what, everything with your curiosities, and of course, anything with your opinions. We are still going to get to that. But I think that this is a good major step, and it does not matter if it's early in the season, especially the way the Blue Jays are playing. Yankees need to pound them. They need to grab the bull by the horns and bang them. Bang them so hard that they will fall back down to earth, back to last place. But right now we have another worry in our minds and in our hearts, in our spirits, is the Rays. But we are facing the Jays. So this is something that we have to focus on right now. Whatever happened with the Mets, it happened. I get it. We have a sour feeling in our mouth. Again, that's what she said. We have a sour feeling in our mouth. And we have to just pretty much just look. We have to face the facts that we especially the way yesterday's game was played. We were all upset. We all were very down and out. But you know what? I think it was a great rebound and resilience for one game. Hasn't been 2 games, but 1 game against the Jays, and we did it. So we have a 1-game winning streak. I'll take it. Before we get into pretty much more spread out news, I just want to get your guys' takes because, of course, you guys were here much more than me. So thank you guys. Please, I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, first of all, great points. And again, Chef Nick, you're on fire with the analogies. I like it. I'm liking this analogy stuff.
Oh, thanks.
So, but and also before we go any further, I just want to say congrats to Gio Urshela on a good MLB career. He announced his retirement today. What a story, man. He worked hard throughout his career, and obviously he played with a bunch of teams, including the Yankees. I wish we could have kept him before he left, but he was a great, valuable player to have on the team. And like I said, today he announced his retirement, which was surprising. I thought he could still play, but I guess he couldn't find a team this all season. So, but he was a reliable player, man, for the Yankees and the other teams. So congrats to him. Wishing him best of luck in his next endeavor. So I want to just put that out there. But when it comes to the Yankees, I mentioned this, Chef Nick, earlier to Evan, and when I hopped on after the game, that they're overusing Ben Hart, I think, too now. Yesterday, and Boone should have known that yesterday he was struggling, and now he put him right back in, and he almost gave up the lead again today. I'm happy that the Yankees are being proactive with the minor leagues. They brought up their prize prospect reliever, Giovanni Cruz, who throws 100 miles per hour, and he has a devastating slider. Why not give him a chance to come in tonight and see what he got? I mean, this is the reason why you bring up the young players you play. I mean, and the bullpen usage has been not good lately when it comes to Boone, and Boone needs to come up with better decisions, and he needs to know the mileage on them and how many. So today I got scared when Benar put runners on first and second with one out, but he was able to get out of it. But I wanted to see the new kid come in there, Giovanni Cruz, and see what he got. Like I said, he is a prize prospect who's been dominant this in the minors. And like I said, two pitches that you need from a bullpen guy, he has it. A fastball who can throw over 100 miles per hour and a devastating slider. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got. Hopefully he comes in this series. Hopefully they utilize him. But today, I mean, the bullpen was not good. I mean, the bullpen was not good leading up to – I mean, the bullpen was good leading up to Benar, but Benar was struggling. But I'll give credit to the offense, though. The offense came out better tonight, better approach, and obviously the long home runs from Chaz and Belly. So everybody stepped up. And Wells, I don't know what's going to go. I don't know what's going on with Wells, but Wells, he's on his own. He's on a different planet right now, but he needs to start picking it up. But all in all, the positives. Obviously, Ryan Weathers struggled a little bit. He was a little up and down today, but the strikeouts were there, but he didn't really locate the pitches. So he's been up and down this season. I'm not too concerned yet, but let's see. But I'm just really concerned about the usage of the bullpen right now.
Well,
I'm sorry, Evan. I just want to do
go ahead.
I don't never want to interrupt you, Evan. Don't do this to me. Don't make me feel guilty. No,
you've been through a lot.
I had just one piggyback question from Nathan too. Nathan, I just wanted to say, how did you feel in regards to yesterday with the Mets' future Hall of Famer Tyrone Taylor? And although I'm sorry, again, I have to say sorry, Jason. Future Hall of Famer,
he doesn't deserve apologies.
Taylor getting that home run.
Screw him. I'm
sorry. Future Hall of Famer Bobby Bonilla Day. How about what did you feel about? Because I felt something different. I felt something a lot, and it was a lot of the time of the month for me, whatever I identify as or whatever. I just feel like how did you feel with Bednar tonight? Not the same scenario, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But were you did you have a little anxiety? Did you have a little nerves in regards to can he mess it up as well, like from yesterday?
Oh, I was definitely nervous, Seth. Okay. Obviously, because you know what happened yesterday. He gave up the lead, and I thought it would be off today. But I guess Boone felt confident to bring him in, and look what happened. He almost gave us another scare. And he's looking like Devin Williams right now, the last few outings. So man on first, man on second, one out. Obviously, he was able to get out of it, but I was definitely nervous. And I think, like I said, they should have brought in that new kid. I wouldn't mind seeing him in a pressure situation right away. I mean, that's the reason why you bring up these young kids, to get them into pressure situations, to see if he's ready for New York. So, but yeah, I was definitely nervous, and like I said, I'm really concerned about the usage of Fernando Cruz, Bednar, and the rest of the pitchers they've been using a lot, like Brett Hedrick. You got to keep him healthy. He's a young pitcher that has been valuable for us. Obviously, Tim Hill, you know what you're going to get from Tim. I love Tim Hill. He reminds me of when we had Andrew Miller, but but he's not overpowering as Andrew Miller. But he reminds me that he has the arsenal that reminds me of Andrew Miller a little bit, but he doesn't have that the overpowering stuff. But you already know where you're going to get from Tim Hill. But yeah, Benhar, I'm nervous a little bit now.
I would say a white trash Miller.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Evan, what were you going to say?
Well, I want to give a shout out to the the one and only Paul Goldschmidt. I would like to give a shout out to Paul Goldschmidt
for hitting
a home run That was the third time out of 6 leadoff appearances that he hit a home run on the first pitch of the
Cheers to
game.
both, man.
Cheers to him. I think he should be the stable guy at the top of the lineup. Trent Grisham, you're fine. I mean, you can go take your 160 batting average down to the bottom of the lineup or to the bottom of the well with Austin Wells. Honestly, you can go do that, and you can take a short walk off a long cliff. I don't really care about that.
Yep.
But honestly, I'm fine with your batting, with your taking pitches. That's all good. And I see Chef.
Go.
Yeah, I know, Chef. You want to hear it? I'm trying to give it to him, but I can't. If it's like Coco, fuck. No, yeah. Shout out Paul Goldschmidt. You were great tonight. Shout out to Ryan Weathers. I know he gave up a lot of runs tonight, but it doesn't matter. He had a good outing tonight, I believe, with the strikeouts. I do like what I saw from him. Let's see. The situational hitting tonight, I thought that was better. Jazz Chisholm hitting an unexpected home run to left field. I mean, that was crazy. He hit off the foul pole. That reminded me of Judge's home run last year against the Blue Jays when he hit that off the foul pole. I did like that. That was very unexpected. I thought the ball was going to be foul, but otherwise good for Jazz. Hopefully that gets him going a little bit better. He's been on and off here the last couple of games, but I think he's gotten a little bit more consistency. If he can just lay off the off-speed pitches, I think he'll be okay. But David Bednar, I actually had confidence in Bednar tonight. Well, before I get to him, I want to shout out Fernando Cruz, too. He had a great night. Mm-hmm. He got 3 strikeouts on 3 straight splitters that he utilized. That's obviously his best pitch. And so I would like to see him utilizing that a lot more. So very good for Fernando Cruz. I did like that. David Bednar tonight. Yes, we all got a little bit worried, but I feel like George Springer, he might be the Dark Valley. He might be the Golden Knight, but tonight he was our saving grace. He was our saving grace tonight because he swung at a 3-0 slider outside of the zone. It wasn't going to be a strike. It was going to be a 3-0 pitch. It was going to be ball 4. He swung at that pitch, and that led David Bednar into throwing 3 straight splitters to get that strikeout. So thank you, George Springer. Thank you for your achievements, but you can go take your cheating trash can somewhere else. We don't care about that anymore. You may have hit a home run tonight, but you also helped the Yankees win. So we'll take that. And then, of course, I mean, Aaron Boone, like, good job for sticking with your guy. Like, you say that Bednar is your closer, good job for sticking with him. Have to give credit to Boone. And so overall, it was a good win tonight. I'd like to see them be more consistent, of course, but we all hope that. I believe I made a joke about Chef Nick's ex-girlfriend, how Bednar was losing more control than Chef Nick's ex-girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Overall, great night. Overall, great night. And just, thank you, everybody in the chat. Michael Barrett, I thought he was amazing. Shout out to Nitin and his team for bringing him on. He was awesome. He was a great analyst tonight. And he stuck around for as long as he could, which was great. Yeah. And everybody in the chat was awesome. So thank you, everybody. And we'll get to Jason's comment.
Yeah, Jason's. Oh, wow. Vivas is pitching. I guess they're getting blown out. Either they're getting blown out or they're blowing out someone. Let me check.
I know that game was in extras. I think the Mets may have blown it open in extra innings.
Oh, let me see.
That's interesting. Okay.
The Mets are up 12-6 right now.
Oof.
Wow.
Okay.
So good for them. They keep their winning streak going.
Yeah.
Yeah, great points, Evan. I liked your points. And obviously, Fernando, that was a big outing for Fernando Cruz. That's why I wanted to see. But yeah, obviously, I'm still a little bit concerned about the usage. But for them to have a bounce back outing like Fernando Cruz, that's big for him. And speaking of Fernando Cruz, he's a great guy. We worked with him before. We did an event with him at Jersey Media, one of my friends' location, and I think I had Evan there one. Were you there?
Yes,
yeah.
I was there. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we had Fernando Cruz. It was great working with him, and he's a great guy, great good pitcher. So that was a big outing for him. So yeah, I did like what we saw, and obviously, Boone sticking with Bednar, but I mean, I'm still a little concerned, but let's see what happens in the next few games. I don't think Bednar will be available tomorrow. I don't know, depending. Let's see what happens. But I really would love to see Giovanni Cruz in the game at some point, because I think this kid could be something special. Chef Nick, Evan, and everybody in the chat, I think this kid could be something special in the bullpen. I think this could be the missing piece that we're looking for to add that another firepower in that bullpen that we need, I think, in my opinion.
Do you know how long he's been in? Oh, sorry, Chef.
No. Go ahead, Evan. I'm sorry. I had a question for Nick. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you know how long he's been in the minors for?
He's been in the minors not for long, but probably like 2. I think it was 3 years or 4 years, and then this year he's been he's been improving over throughout the system. And this year, I think is his best year so far. He had this year so far he has a 3 ERA, but the numbers are there. The ERA was a little up because of the runs, the runs per inning, but the stuff wise, his stuff is there. It was there. I think that this guy's talented enough to show that he's ready for the big show in New York. So,
Gotcha.
Guys, in a perfect world, let's just say, like I mentioned this last stream too, but Nathan and Evan want to get your takes on this as well too, because you guys know a lot about this. But in a perfect world where we said that Rodon and Cole were going to come back into the starting rotation, and then Warren or Weathers was going to be moved to the bullpen, and then the rotation was going to be set, and then the bullpen was going to be even stronger right now. But we also said, of course I said, but I know so you guys had your points in regards to that, where it's like, all right, well, Cole's going to come back, Rodon's going to come back, and everything's going to be all hunky-dory. But all of us collectively said, too, that we can't really trust pretty much Cole and Rodon with their ace-like mentality the same way they played when they were healthy, because anything can happen. Look, I mean, I just give an example. I just erupted. I was very upset. I erupted on the play-by-play when Rodon did those back-to-back errors, just letting 2 runs score. That was completely disgusting and ridiculous. I don't want to go back to that because, of course, the past is the past. But so now it's like, okay, so Rodon is playing. He's struggling. It's 1 or 2 starts. He is struggling. Eventually, he's going to work out his kinks, like we always say, his kinkiness, his fetishes, whatever floats his boat in the porn industry. But like I think that even with Cole, look, he had a setback. And of course, you can't rush him back. You can't rush him. You can't even put like these WWE promos for like Cole's going to come back. He's going to be the best ever. You can't really do that false advertising because you don't know what's going to happen with Cole because he may be the same as Rodon. I'm just putting it out there, and you guys can be. I'm not saying you guys, but everyone just hypothetically in the world to be like, no, Cole is much, much better than Rodon. Cole is a Superman, better than Rodon. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. So this is where we are right now. This is the gifts that we have from, just life in the universe, where this is what we have with the starting rotation and even the bullpen too. So I want to exclude Rodon and Cole. Whether Rodon is here and he's struggling, Cole is pretty much, I don't know, he's on a flight here from the Philippines. I don't know. He has like a 3-hour flight, 12-hour flight, a 3-game flight. I don't care. I always want to say, like, what matters the most is right now. I think that what we have in the starting rotation and the bullpen. I'm not going to go towards the offense. That's a different story. But I want to talk about the starting rotation. I also want to talk about the bullpen too. Is of the fact that the starting rotation, of course, has been doing a great job. Nonetheless, Weathers, of course, tonight, 7 Ks, but he had his own control issues, and of course, if the Yankees lost, it would have been a different story. Where it'd be like, there's no takeaways, but there is a takeaway with this, whereas the fact that they won. They beat the Blue Jays. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. They beat the Blue Jays to pretty much set off the season, and this is going to be a big rivalry coming on. But with the starting rotation too, I just think that whatever moves that they're doing, whether it's sending Elmer Cruz back down, calling up Giovanni Cruz, they have control issues with Fernando Cruz, but did good today. Jake Bird being put in high leverage situations, we just have that anxiety. Even Ryan Yarbrough, even David Bednar. This is why I ask you too. It's like, how did you feel about David Bednar being in today? The fact that I thought that he was going to be lights out yesterday. It was this is why I felt, and I made a joke in the chat. Again, might have been a little bit aggressive. I felt like I just found out I got pregnant, that I just had my first pregnancy test and it was positive. This is how I felt against Bednar blowing it against Tyrone Taylor. I really did. I was very shocked. I was very surprised. I was just looking at the live stream and it's like, oh my God, is this for real? This is how I would. This is it. I was ready to go for my play-by-play. I was ready to go with my post-game play-by-play, but I had to wait and I had to not get sleep. My sleep was not good last night. But we did, on a positive note, we did have a great post-game stream too, which was very more important than my sleep, believe it or not, because we're doing it here for you, and there's no substitute for that. There's my plug. But also, I just want to say, so with the bullpen too. So a perfect world. Going back to what I was saying, we have Rodon, Cole coming back. They're going to be the same type of players, same type of pitchers. Weathers is going to go back to the bullpen. We're going to have Elmer. We're going to have Glue. Elmer's Glue. We're going to have, I don't know. We're going to have like Kevin Elster, Randy Velarde, Mike Gallego. I don't know, whatever type of people that you heard back in from like the nostalgia age, like even Mickey Mantle or whatever. It's not. I don't think at this point it's going to do any justice because, again, the point I'm trying to make is life happens right now. So it does, whether you figure out that like we're going to be okay, everything is going to be handled with people coming back. It's not. People are on Volpe right now, not in a bad way, in a good way. Did you see this coming? That's what. Never mind. All right. Did you see people coming on this situation where it's like Anthony Volpe is doing good right now, and it's been like 3 games, and people love him already. It's true. People love him already. Wait until the next game, until he's like 0 for 10. And then, let's talk about that. So this is where like gears switch up really quickly. It's like people have this hypothetical type of thinking where it's like everything is going to be okay because in my world, in my fantasy world, that these type of players are going to produce no matter what. It does not happen. People think that Cole and Rodon are going to be the same type of players that they are. They might be, but they are not right now because they're injured. They have setbacks. But how about Volpe? 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I had a show. We all had a show here that, and even I said I was talking about Volpe. He's not allowed to be on this team. Maybe I was a little aggressive, but he's not allowed to be on this team unless he shows that he's worth it. Look, it's been a few games, 2 games, 3 games. He's shown his case. I guess, is that enough? I don't know. People are like saying that I want him on the team. People are not forgetting about Cabby. Don't get me wrong, but people love Volpe right now. So like a lot of emotions are in check right now, where it always switches gears. We have to be careful about that because you know what? A lot of people are already talking about Judge. People are already talking about Judge. People already are talking about certain people, certain players that haven't been doing well. I talked about Judge because whatever, that was the case. People are just getting defensive with Judge already too. We're not going to trade him. We can't trade him. We will never trade him. He will retire as a Yankee as well too. So I think we all just need to be careful what we say, or just pretty much what we say 3 weeks ago, and then change our minds the following week or tonight too, because anything can change in a split moment. We can't really base everything on emotion. We need to really pretty much speak about and talk about what's happening from the game within. That's the most important thing because, guys, people are going to call you out. People are going to call us out. And, of course, I'm good with that. I want people to critique me. I want people to call me out. Of course, nothing personal. I want to learn from that. But just don't forget, if you're going to say something in regards to with a player that I hate him or just he doesn't belong here, but all of a sudden he's doing well in 3 games, 2 or 3 games, then all of a sudden he's like he's your next son or your next whatever it is. It just doesn't work that way. The same thing goes with Cole and Rodon. We have to be patient with them. We can't assume that they're going to fit into the roster, into the starting rotation, and then they're going to be like just pretty much pitching like they were in their 20s. It's not going to happen. Guys, you see what happened right now, like with even Rodon too. It's like he's inconsistent, and I'm not saying he's going to be that for the rest of the season. Even Cole too. He had his setbacks. You just don't know when he's going to come back and pitch into his top form. So we just need to pretty much just impatience of course, impatience is a real deal key right here too. So I think this is what matters. We all always have to take both sides of the spectrum as well too. Of course, we always want to say that the Yankees are, whenever they lose, that the Yankees they're not going to win the World Series. They're not going to do it. Everything is like future based. Everything's hypothetical based. I get it. I do this all the time. I call myself on this too. So I think that maybe we all should go to Walgreens, get a little chill pill, and just embrace life and embrace our play-by-plays, because you know what? We always call it with a grain of salt, with a shot of tequila and a lime on our wrist, baby. And
Yeah.
I just want to call out Evan. Great play-by-play tonight. Nathan, of course, great as always, no matter what. You guys always rock. Let's rock and roll, baby. That's all I have to say for tonight. So,
By the way, guys, my friend Abigail was at the game today, and
Abigail.
I'll give you 3 guesses who she met today at the game at the stadium.
Was it like a player or manager? You're not going to tell us.
He has a show in New York.
Michael K.
No,
Denzel Washington.
No, is
Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, look.
There.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw Jimmy Fallon was there. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. He reacted to the Jazz home run like, whoa, I can't believe that ball went out.
Yeah.
But Chef Nick, to reply to your point there, wow, that was like a 5-paragraph essay. All right, so just to
I know.
knock one of those points.
I'm trying, man.
No, it's all good. I love your analysis. So it's like filling every detail. So everybody in the stream, like I understand people are very emotional as Yankee fans. A lot of people in the chat, I understand they're going to base their takes off of emotions. It's like an immediate reaction to what's happening right now, because as we say, it's the live play-by-play. It's your emotional reaction to what's happening right now. That's perfectly understandable, but it can't be like anything personal as regards to like anyone's takes or anything like that. It has to be kept about like the team and all that stuff. So I noticed that in the chat too, which is totally fine because that's understandable. I could feel your frustration. The whole point of me streaming the game is because I want you guys to feel my frustration as I'm watching the game too. So it goes back and forth as well. So I wanted to make it like a two-way street. So I definitely understand your frustrations if you are frustrated while watching the game too. I understand that. But also, let's be happy. Let's be excited if something good happens too. Like when Bednar closed the game, I was very excited. I was very happy because the Yankees, they ended up winning the game. If they didn't end up winning the game, I would have been sad and angry because that's just the way that we react to things as well. So I just wanted to hit on that point. And then quickly, otherwise, the starting pitching point that you mentioned, Chef, I believe the hype around Cole coming back is related to the bullpen and sort of saving the bullpen in a way, because the starting pitching, I believe that Cashman really built this team, the starting pitching, to help out the bullpen. The starting pitching, he thought that it was going to go deep into games and the bullpen was going to be great depending on the starting pitching and how that they would do. So Garrett Cole coming back only really helps the bullpen. It will help Fernando Cruz. It will help Bednar. It will help Doval. It will help these guys because then they won't be used as often. So that's just my take on that.
Love it.
Great points from all of you.
Awesome, Evan.
Obviously, Chef Nick and Evan, you guys brought it tonight with the points. And everybody in the chat, you guys did a great job interacting with our client Michael Barrett and also Evan. We're gonna start bringing in a new flavor, guys, for you to make it more fun and interesting. We're only gonna do it when the Yankees are playing important games. If we find something that's like a boring game we can circle that, and my team and I will try and bring one of our baseball clients on here to do like a segment with whoever's calling the game that night. So it's a kind of like ESPN like I just said, ESPN or these other platforms, what they do during the games, but we'll do it in our own way, like a special thing for you guys. So you guys deserve it in the chat. You guys are doing a great job. So please continue liking, subscribing to both channels, and also subscribe to our NY Sports Loudmouth show, Nathan Sports Rush, and a lot of big things are happening at our NIL company. So stay tuned for that. So shout out to everyone, and I know we're running over almost to 4 hours. So guys, keep up the great work, and like I said, Chef Nick, Evan, you guys are doing fantastic. Also, shout out to Jason, Joe, everybody else. So you guys are the best, and that's why this is the reason why we do all this stuff. We do it for the fans, and you guys get the opportunity to see the perspective from the player side too of the game, and so it's kind of cool what we can do for you guys. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And let's go Yankees! Big win, great way to start the series, a 4-game series against the Blue Jays. And I want to see Giovanni Cruz at some point. Come on, Boone. Please put in Giovanni Cruz. I want to see this kid. All right, see you guys.
Take care, guys. Thank you.
I am Katharina Michio, and you are watching NY Mania.
I'm Kayla Welsh, and you're watching NY Yankee Mania.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching New York Yankee Mania.
I'm Marnie Schneider. I'm the author of Football Freddy, and I am so excited to be part of the New York Yankee Mania show.
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania, the best.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Oh, are we still on?
Yeah, I don't know why now this is.
Are we?
Oh, yeah, we're still on.
Why does it end yet? This is insane.
Am I still on?
I am Katharina Michio, and you are watching NY Mania.
I'm Kayla Welsh, and you're watching NY Yankee Mania.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching New York Yankee Mania.
I'm Marnie Schneider. I'm the author of Football Freddy, and I am so excited to be part of the New York Yankee Mania show.
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania, the best.